Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Hate you, Liam.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Really nice. Some good flavor.
we'll never know. So anyway, welcome, new folks. People who aren't new folks, welcome back. We have some announcements to get to real fast. Then we'll jump on the actual story proper here. But yeah, so first and foremost, I wanted to give a big thanks and shout out to Sirenscape. I mentioned in last week's game, put together my gaming playlists on their platform, and we'll be trying them out tonight to make sure everything works out cool. But their setup is fantastic, and I'm really excited about being able to overlap audio and things faded in and out. It's if you haven't checked it out and you want to like really amp up your tabletop gaming, it's phenomenal. You know, they're not paying for this. I'm just really excited about it. So that's it. Soundscape's awesome. Marisha, you want to talk about Signal Boost?
Yeah, the first episode. The first of the epilogue. The first episode of Signal Boost went live on Tuesday. Go check it out on geekandsundry.com.
Hey, oh, wait.
Yeah, go watch it. It's good fun. And you should go watch it so we don't get canceled and we'll keep making more episodes.
Is that how it works?
Apparently.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
Crazy.
They care
Yeah.
about that?
Break.
And
the
I talk
internet.
about Rat Queens
Yes.
in it.
Yeah.
I saw. It's so
And-
good, Marisha.
Aw.
It's really funny.
It's like 2 minutes of it. You have more minutes than 2 minutes. Spend
It's
a
like
couple
5
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah, it's
Watch
fun.
it.
It's
It's
fast.
great.
And I tell you about cool things that I like, that
There
I
you go.
picked out myself.
Boom.
My
Done.
favorite things. Done.
Watch it.
Go.
It's good. All right. Next thing I wanted to announce for you guys, tonight's donations and all donations for the week are going to be going, as opposed to just 826 overall, going to go to 826 Seattle specifically, to Fearless Ideas is what it's called, their section up there. You can go to fearlessideas.org. This past week, there was a terrible gas explosion in Seattle you may have seen on the news, and it did a lot of damage to that vicinity, including Fearless Ideas. And they've had to cancel a bunch of their stuff, and they're trying to get things repaired and going. So all of our donations this evening will be going towards them and helping them get that effort taken care of. So think good thoughts and help out if you can.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Love you, Seattle.
Love you, Seattle.
2-6. We've next Friday in Anaheim at WonderCon, Friday night, we'll be doing a Critical Role panel from 7 to 8 p.m. in room 515A.
Wait, are we supposed to be at that?
Wait, this Friday?
Next Friday.
Oh, next Friday.
Next Friday. But most of us will be there for that panel. We'll be doing a Q&A, answering questions, talking about the show for all the folks that are local or coming to that convention in the Anaheim area, Southern California. So look forward to seeing you there next Friday.
Yes, that's when we... I can't say. I'll talk to you guys afterwards.
Okay. We'll go with that. Mystery, secrets. I like it.
Secrets.
Wanted to give another shout out to Dwarven Forge again. I mentioned them last week. You got to get a glimpse of some of the map stuff they gave us here at Critical Role to help improve our battle mats and scenarios on occasion. Their new Castle Builder Kickstarter is phenomenal, and if you're looking to do big structures and cool castle-based ramparts and parapets and everything, go check it out. It might be right up your alley.
So pretty.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Also, Laura, if you want to announce, we have some new merch up in the store.
Hey,
tonight.
oh, wait. Go to geekandcenter.com. Go to their store right now because they're up. And it's so awesome, and I can't wait for you guys to see. We have a Gilmore's Glorious Goods t-shirt.
Yeah!
And I've been so excited about this shirt coming out. I can't wait to wear it. Why
Don't
aren't I
worry.
wearing it right now?
Trust me, it's a fabulous shirt. Some would even say it's quite glorious.
Oh my god.
As well as
Oh
the
my
Gilmore's
God.
Glorious Goods t-shirts, we also have exclusive Critical Role D20 rings, spinny rings. So yeah, those are limited. So if you get them, then snag them fast because they're gonna be gone.
We get one of those before they
I think they
disappear,
said they
right?
were gonna set us aside
They
something
said
better.
they are because they
They
mentioned
are.
our
We got our
favorites.
ring
They're
sizes.
bitching. You
Or
spin
maybe
it,
they were
and the
just, like,
20,
touching us weirdly.
The 20 is the Critical Role logo.
Why don't we have them right now? They're
Sure, we
showing
have
up
them right now.
They're
at intermission. Maybe we can grab them at intermission.
There you go.
Claudia
Yeah.
is at South by
She's out.
Southwest.
She's out of town.
They're sick.
Yeah,
South by
for those who don't know what
No,
those are,
South.
the D20 spin rings, or spin rings in general, they're actually two separate moving pieces with ball bearings on the inside, and you have all numbers 1 through 20 on the actual ring, and you can spin it with your finger, and it acts just like a die roll.
And the D20 when you succeed, it's a Critical Role logo. Just put that.
You can do all your
So
life
cute.
decisions based off a ring.
What could possibly go wrong?
You still can die from them, though, just to be clear.
Roll a 1.
If you roll a 1.
And
you
we are
will-
not held responsible
By the way,
if that
we're trying
happens.
to
This was
not
the
to
dice.
mention that.
This was the
It
dice.
goes straight to Craven Edge.
Did it.
Relax.
Straight to Craven.
It's appropriately called a die.
Whatever. Aw.
Liam.
Yeah?
You wanted to.
Sure, I can talk about a couple things. Hey, just a quick shout out for our neighbor, Ivan Van Norman's Kickstarter. The ABCs of RPGs has 3 days left. I backed it immediately because I like D&D and I have kids, and you put those two things together and good things happen. So that's good. 3 days left. Also, hey, if you like to put your dice in boxes, I tell you what, Wormwood Gaming makes beautiful boxes, and if you go over to their site and use the code Crit Roll.
Crit roll.
Crit
Crit
roll.
roll.
There it is.
Crit roll.
You get free shipping. They're beautiful. They have all different kinds of woods to put your dice inside. Is there anything else?
Nah.
And then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, hey, some of us, not all of us, are going to be going up to San Fran later this month to make appearances on GameSpot's show The Lobby for a couple of segments, and then also then hopping over to hang with the guys at Kinda Funny.
Yeah, Greg Miller
Those
and
guys
crew.
are stupid.
To which a few of us will be running a quick little one-shot game. I'll be running with the aid of one of their local gentlemen, and it should be a ridiculous time.
Yep.
It'll be a lot of fun.
To see, because there's going to be 2 DMs in sort of a Batman and Robin type relationship.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Wow.
We got plans.
Okay.
I've co-DM before. It can be very interesting and very chaotic. I'm excited.
Gonna kill everybody.
Probably.
I kind of want to. This has nothing to do with announcements, but I kind of want to only roll green dice tonight.
Go for
St.
it.
Patrick's Day.
There you go.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna set up green dice. Sure.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Stupid. I had
Sure.
gray ass dice and a blue one.
Anyway, I gotta get them all out.
This is technically light green, guys, by the way, just so you're aware.
It's totes. I saw it.
Cool. Just making sure we're all cool on that.
Plus the underwear. you're
Travis and I are both
Well,
wearing
that's for you.
green snake shirts because St. Patrick drove
wearing. Is it St. Patty's Day? I was
snakes
just.
out of
Slytherin.
Ireland.
Drove the Slytherin from Ireland.
Burbank.
You got rid of them all.
All
They're
the,
all
all
here.
the Slytherin.
I took
All
the
the
flu
snakes.
network.
And I got this in Ireland, so it
It
counts.
kind of counts, Marisha.
And this
Irish wool.
green.
That's kind of green. That's green.
Yeah, no, that's green.
Yeah, made from real Irish
green.
cats.
No.
They are the best, aren't they? Last but not least, unless anyone else has any other announcements to make. Anything else?
I got a quick one. Book of Murder came out today. So you can hear me do a very weird accent. It's great.
Fantastic.
So, yes.
Check them out.
Very weird accent.
And last, next week we'll have a special guest joining us for an episode. A new guest. The intrepid nerdist himself, Chris Hardwick, will be coming in for a game next week.
Yeah. Nipple rings.
Oh, I'm excited. We made his character this past Monday, and should be a lot of fun. He's actually fun to game with. We've played D&D a couple times, and he's
very fun.
He'll be a good addition to the team for his brief stop by. So next week, come check him out on our show.
What does that mean?
So thanks for
What
coming,
does
Chris.
that mean?
I don't know. It'll be fun.
All right.
Cleric.
Just hoping every guest is a cleric, just in case.
Save us from ourselves.
Perfect. Yes. All right then. Without further ado, unless there's anything else, we'll go ahead and hop into a quick synopsis of where we are in Critical Role.
Help.
No.
Sam will be here shortly, guys. Don't forget. He's
Help.
dealing with children in traffic.
Help.
So,
Not at the same time.
Damn it, you beat me to
I
it.
did.
I was gonna say those two aren't mutually exclusive.
where we left off, the party Vox Machina having to deal with the current terrible danger of the Chroma Conclave, a collection of very dangerous dragons that have torn through the entire Tal'Dorei countryside, have then gone on this quest to collect allies and find these items called the Vestiges of Divergence, these artifacts of ancient wars that carry great power and seem to be the best way you can prepare yourselves for going up against these terrifyingly powerful entities. In searching for this, you made your way to Vasselheim, where you reacquired and reestablished friendships with Zara and Kashaw, two allies from previous installments of our Wonders adventure, as well as getting Lady Kima on loan from the the Platinum Sanctuary of Bahamut. And you all went to seek the first bit of information you discovered about one of these vestiges, not too far from Vasselheim. This seemingly the champion of the Raven Queen's armor that had been entombed within this temple that had sunken beneath a lake. After traveling to this lake, finding your way through this subterranean watery location, you found the location of the tomb upon which a series of fish creatures called Kotoa had seemingly been worshipping another denizen of this temple, a rather strange slime-covered beholder that then surprised the party. The battle hard fought, you came out victorious, and upon going to retrieve your spoils, a trap was set off in the tomb, dodged by one, survived by a bear, and claimed the life of our beloved Vexalia. After a resurrection ritual attempted by Kashaw, the party helping, they were successful in bringing her soul back from the other side, restoring her to life. And the party then, figuring out what their next step in their journey was, took their new allies via Keyleth's teleportation via plant spell back to Whitestone, which seems to be building as this kind of defensive bastion, this currently not on the radar of the Conclave location that needs defenses and a good place to keep your allies at the time. And that was where we left off, as you guys had just stepped back into Whitestone.
We haven't actually slept yet. Then.
Nope.
It's late.
What time is it here?
I'd say for the evening's travels. Well, you guys slept all night the night before. You went to the temple. The temple's probably been.
That's true. We did
I'd say
sleep. Actually, we camped out.
We did.
Remember, you talked to Zara and I talked to Cash. And then we
Yeah,
slept.
you guys did camp out.
Oh. I didn't know if we camped. I thought we talked.
Talked.
We at least chilled.
Regardless,
for a little bit.
you found your way to
I don't know.
Whitestone. We'll say for the sake of the current setting, you've come in a rather overcast mid-afternoon in Whitestone. You may have spent some time there, kind of gathering yourselves as your allies kind of scope out their new surroundings. The people of Whitestone accepting you as you arrive. You can always see people walking by and kind of catching a glance at the group of heroes known as Vox Machina that helped liberate them from the oppressive Briarwoods not long ago.
Keep crawling out of trees.
It's always weird. Not crawling out of trees that people like us.
Should we, inspect our spoils?
I was going to say we should take the armor and the necklace to the castle and have it inspected.
Is Lady Allura here?
Kima, of which are with you, is like, is she?
No. Well, she was on her way to Western. And we haven't heard from her yet.
No.
You haven't heard from her since. You say Western was under attack as well?
Yes, but she knew it. She was going in secret.
That prideful woman. She slings her hammer kind of off her shoulder and slams it to the ground and says, well, if she doesn't arrive in the next few hours, I'm going to gather a party and we're going to go to Western and find her.
Yeah.
Kima. Wait, what? Why?
Wait, there's a dragon there, Kima. A very large one. And she was being very, very stealthy.
Her hammer slams into her metallic arm and she goes, I have a much bigger dragon backing me up. She looks up to the sky for a second and grins.
Lady Kimi don't give a fuck.
We'll wait, Kima. Going in loud
And
will only
proud.
cause more trouble.
I'll wait a few days.
She should be here by then.
I can always attempt to scry and see if I can check in on her.
Okay. Not a bad idea.
Okay.
Okay. I need a
Get
drink.
somewhere safe.
She trotters off looking for the nearest tavern to go
Here,
ahead.
I
and-
guess. I forget it's not overrun by vampires. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot it's
Yeah,
on
it-
right now.
it's clear.
It's fine
Right
now.
here.
Like right here. Sorry. There's a lot going
Zara,
on.
Zara, Kashaw kind of looking around expectantly as you continue this conversation. Cash kind of crosses his arms and goes, great place. It's a lot of white.
Such a dick.
Of which Zara comes in and touches his shoulder and goes like, don't worry, darling. So, sleeping arrangements, I hope?
Yes, the castle.
We'll be putting you up in the castle.
That's what I'd like to hear. All right, to the castle, Cash? Sure. It's better than, well, it's better than anything. Let's go for the castle. They both kind of make their way towards Whitestone Castle to find a comfortable place to get themselves situated in their new surroundings.
So we're healed up. We are healed. We are not running the risk of dying at any moment because we've been healed.
What is that? What is that blur of green?
It's a fucking leprechaun! Get it!
Sorry.
Sam,
You should be.
your shirt, is that new? Because I love it so much.
Thanks, but I'm also wearing a tie because it's a special night.
Right. It's a special occasion.
So is Allura dead?
Kima just left, so
She's on her way to a tavern. Kima's drinking it up.
Same
Wrong.
thing, same
Kima's drinking it up.
Are we heading to a tavern?
We're heading to the castle. We're going to
yeah, we
our
just
friends.
got
We're going to
yeah.
take a look at
corpse armor. Hello.
Oh, corpse.
Oh,
armor.
yeah.
what we found
Yeah,
and see
you know the
what
thing
it
that
is
almost
and what it
killed our friend over here.
It did kill me, according to you.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean you're here, so yeah, you didn't die, but
Yes,
you
I am.
did, but you didn't, but you did, and then you didn't.
Thanks, Grog.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are heading to the castle?
Yes.
You head to the castle. Cassandra's in there at the moment, but Keeper Yenin is currently there with a few other members of the makeshift council you guys put together towards the end. One of the heads of the entire farming establishment here in Whitestone is with him, and they're having a conversation. As Zara and Kashaw burst in first, he's like, I'm sorry, we're not currently taking visitors. Could you... Oh. Friends of yours, I presume?
Good friends.
Help us. Actually, they're going to be here for a while. Hopefully.
Gracious. Oh, I see you yourself carry the vestments of a man of the cloth. Who brings your power this day? And Josh kind of gives him a look and goes, "You don't even want to know, buddy." And just walks past them.
Really good job.
Very well. I assume they're staying here as well.
Yes, and we appreciate it greatly.
We'll be taken care of, Percival.
They will be well worth your time. We also have something that needs a bit of study. We found something. We found 2 objects of power that we think may help us turn the table against the dragons.
2 of
This is
them.
good news.
2 objects.
What was the second?
It was a necklace.
There was?
There was.
You were dead.
Oh, I must have missed it because I was dead. That's right.
Dead.
Well,
It's been a very long day.
Mostly dead.
Be very careful when handling this armor, is what we're trying to say.
Or don't handle it. and
So
we'll
the
take care of it.
armor is what killed you?
no,
No,
actually,
no,
the
no.
trap
No.
that Percival
skip.
set off is what killed me.
Yes, the
What?
trap was a bit. It was a bit. There was a trap, and it was well protected.
What?
What? Not what? What?
Yes, what?
What?
You didn't know that.
What? So these vestiges,
Vestiges.
these leathers, these things.
Oh, and he kind of he puts a couple of small armored like stud leather gloves on and decides to carefully reach out for the vestments as you hand them out. He grabs them. Give me a bit of time with them. Perhaps I need to clarify what this enchantment may be. Do you mind staying around just in case?
Not at all.
Don't feel strange that I don't trust this, but based on your history with it, I would like a little backup. And so he carries you off down the far hallway. You didn't get this far into Whitestone when you initially came through, but towards the back there was a small study area that seems to be converted into a research establishment largely set up for the ziggurat beneath the city. He kind of clears off an area of the table and sets this down. And he takes some time working with the vestments before he eventually kind of, and this is kind of awkward quiet of hearing him mutter to himself and bring out a symbol and going over minor enchantments to reveal information, kind of tearing into the divinity, the divine magic that is granted to him. Before he says, This carries the mark of the Raven Queen. A very strong mark. I've not seen power like this in but an object.
It was worn by one of her champions, the great Purvon.
It's a strange name.
Yeah.
Regardless, it appears that this armor does help fortify one's defenses from any sort of physical damage, as well as give you a chance of surviving even the most dangerous of near-death experiences. It also grants a kind of fluid resistance to the elements. Here, and he hands it over. And who would like to take this card to
Well,
look
you
at?
kind of died for it.
It's leather.
I'll just look at it.
It's leather.
Pass this over.
It's leather.
So, to give you the specifics on it, it's
You
plus.
did die.
It's plus,
Yeah, but-
plus 2 to AC. Magical on top of the studded leather armor.
+2 to AC.
Plus 2 enchantment
wow.
beyond just the studded leather armor. It does give you advantage on death saving throws.
You'll need that.
Advantage.
As it is called the Deathwalker's Ward. And once per short rest, you can set it to be resistant to one of the 5 types
You
of damage.
choose which one.
You
And
choose.
you can change it.
You can change it. You can leave it all in one, but if you want to change it during a short rest, you can shift it from fire, or cold, or lightning.
Acid or necrotic.
You're like indestructible now.
Do you have fancy leather armor right now? What does your armor do right now? Anything?
It's acid resistant.
My armor's acid resistant. I sort of stole it from my brother.
Because
You got
my
your acid resistant armor back then.
Whatever you want, Sally.
It's in such a sour mood lately.
Well, yeah. Well, what about the necklace?
You have a necklace as well.
I hand it over.
Takes it. He goes. Well, the chain on this necklace is not actually part of the enchantment. It's merely to hold the crystal itself. The crystal is the item of particular interest here. There's. Oh, wait a minute. And he takes it and he scans over the table and pulls up a small jeweler's eyepiece and kind of inspects it closely. There's something inside this, Jim.
Uh-oh.
not again.
What is it?
Oh, God.
Why do things like living in gyms? It can't be comfortable.
It might be a worm.
It's like tequila.
Yeah.
I can't actually ascertain the nature of whatever being is encased within this, but
There's a
it's-
being. It's a being.
Encased.
Is it a soul gem?
Like something put it in there.
He takes a moment and kind of concentrates on his holy symbol of Pelor, and you can see as he puts aside the eyepiece, his eyes kind of glaze over with like a grayish, almost a frosted white color. At which point he inspects Jim very closely, and there's this like light vibration in the air around him. As soon as it fades, about a minute later, he pulls back and goes, "This is referred to as the Raven's Slumber. It's actually a small gateway to a tiny pocket plane.
A pocket plane?
Ooh.
Now, it can contain one creature. You'd have to contact whatever it was, and it can't be too big, but it can essentially contain something indefinitely within this.
But something's already in there.
Something is already in this.
Awesome.
But
Something that we can summon?
Anything we can find out what it is before we possibly summon it?
Unfortunately, I do not have that capability.
It was buried with.
I'll take that.
Oh, so that's
Hands
really
the gem
smart to
over.
give to Scanlan.
Like, you said not too big though, right?
The confines of the space, at least as part of the enchantment, seem rather small. A bit larger than you, maybe, but not much more than that.
Right, okay.
If you would
Please.
Change.
Can we please
This is
take
maybe
it
the
out?
worst thing that Scanlan's ever held outside of that gun that you had.
What are you
Percy.
talking about? Can we take it in the woods, open it up, and if it sucks, we kill it, and if not, we've got a new pet?
We don't even know how to open it up. Do we know how to open it up?
Oh, we will find
It
a
was
way.
buried with the Raven Queen's champion. I mean, it could be incredibly dangerous, or it could be incredibly good, and
Wait
he
a
trapped
second.
it, and
Wait a
they're bad, right?
The same could be said about your new pajamas.
They're so beautiful. I do like feathers.
What do they smell like?
Like, must
Yeah.
and mold.
Things like this already.
And birds, really.
And birds? Yeesh.
So, is that all you require of me?
I require Percy to tell us what the fuck's up with the necklace he's reading about.
Just what he said.
Yeah, he already told us.
Once we release whatever is inside of it, we can use this necklace as a weapon. To,
It's a cage.
Trap
Hang
people.
on.
Trap people
Hang
in.
on, okay. Let's think about this. What do we remember from the great Pervon's story?
Well, let me look at my book.
What did he fight?
I just remember that Pervon's story touched me.
Do it.
Touched me in inappropriate ways.
Is there any? Is there any? You know what I like about this particular piece of paper is that you made it on cardstock, so it's like extra special instead of like the regular paper.
Legendary.
Oh, yes, who are you?
Legendary cardstock.
Can we get purple construction paper?
I'm talking to math, bitches.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
was
Oh,
a
my
book
book,
photo.
my 30 gold book. Does it say anything
All right.
about what Pervon fought?
You read through. There were many things throughout the war that were fought. Entities from the Nine Hells. There was a faction of the Abyss that came in as a third bit of evil in this whole conflict. While not an alliance against the other forces of chaos, there were many forces of chaos just lashing out at what was nearby. So the champions, there was no specific entity that was just chosen, or at least what you can ascertain to be a specific being of hatred. Although it does speak of Pervon, the champion of the Raven Queen, keeping with him an ally. An ally. It doesn't say the nature of the ally. It just says what's it? The dangerous and respected Galdric.
Well, there's some options here.
What?
No, that won't work. Damn it.
Well, say it. Come on.
Well, I was thinking we could find a safe place, surround it, let it out, and if it's dangerous, take care of it. We could even take it down into the pits beneath the castle so that if it's a magical creature, it would be harmless.
Well,
Love it.
hang on. What if...
Except I don't know if we could actually release it down there. I don't know if
Yeah,
that
what
would
if it
work.
touches the
But there's
thing
also
and
magic
becomes-
resistance down there.
Yeah,
What
which
if
means it wouldn't
he's-
work in the first place.
What if he's friend? I mean, he talks about being an ally.
It might be an ally.
Well, then wouldn't we want to
An
save
ally of
it?
Pervon. An ally of Pervon's.
Yes.
Is Pervon a good guy?
Yes.
I thought the Raven Queen was not good.
No, the Raven Queen.
She's kind of like
Can
neutral.
I make a roll for this?
Make a religion check.
Okay, thank you. I'm being. Oh no, it's St. Patty's Day. It's
Don't kill anybody.
Yeah, with these green dice.
religion or history.
Religion.
11.
11. I mean, the general essence of the Raven Queen, she is both loved and feared in equal parts. She does not lord over the afterlife, the underworld, whatever you may call it. She lords over the moment and the transition of death, which is largely considered neither a good nor evil, just a natural force.
Okay.
It could be accepted either way. Many men fear it and fear her for that reason, and there are those that instead embrace it as the inevitable. As to the true nature of her intent, no one really knows. It's part of her mystique.
So, like, even if we let out, the glorious Bolek or whatever his name is, like, if he's bad, we can't really put him back in, right?
Oh, we
No,
actually
could.
can.
Yes, we
could put
can.
him right
Actually, we
back
can
in.
put him
Yes.
back in.
Or we just touch him with it and he goes back in.
Correct.
Oh, but maybe
After
we
a
should
saving
just
throw,
save him and release him
And we
when
might-
he'll be valuable to
So
us.
would a trap. We could also trap other
Is
creatures.
he like?
then
It's
it
like a
would be
Pokeball,
trap. It's-
right? It's like a Pokemon.
But who knows? He'll
Yes,
go
it's exactly
back,
like a Pokeball.
Who knows? He'll go back in willingly.
You don't have to go in willingly.
You can kind of technically use it that way,
But
yeah.
would we rather be friendly with him than,
Yes.
him be angry at us the next time we release him?
I'm
Yeah.
more excited about the idea of carrying around an empty trap,
But what if?
But we
like
could
a
win
like a
both.
Ghostbusters containment box
But we
Yeah.
could have a trap
and a friend.
and a friend.
I think Percy is right that we should let it out now because it's a question mark. No
This
matter
part.
what, whatever it's all just theories. We don't know what we're getting into, and better that it pop out now on its own, and not while we're facing a fucking beholder.
I think we should do it in the forest outside of
I
Vasselheim.
think, or the forest
That's
outside of
we're here.
Whitestone.
Yeah, we're here.
Why don't
Well,
we
that's-
try and do a little bit more research on Goldrick first?
That would be too careful.
Yeah, come on! Come on!
Vex,
'Cause
just
nothing-
open it.
First of all,
Yeah.
are there any libraries here?
Not
No,
really
they're all-
anymore.
What about a personal collection in your family?
We're building one.
They,
for Gilmore.
they sort
Building
of they
one.
sort of didn't they
mean,
they
the-
ravage
I
most
mean,
of our collection.
elements have been ravaged. Elements of like family history have been destroyed, so that there couldn't be, large connections or the end of the line end of the bloodline itself being too prominently displayed within the castle itself. There is still a library there, though, from your knowledge, and you've read through most of those books growing up, a lot of them are loose history books, a lot of them are more encyclopedia-like, just general knowledge.
She wasn't a revered deity in this part of the world. She just... we don't have a lot.
All right, let's do it.
Woods.
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 Woods or Vasselheim.
Woods.
That's actually not a bad idea to get far away from Whitestone.
No, because
Where,
then
like,
somebody
innocent
else will come
people
along
are.
and kill it.
Plus, they don't like magic.
This
there.
is sort of our secret, and we should perhaps keep this.
Okay.
Well, we were going to go take a look at
What if
You had shit in your mouth?
we go? Sorry. A little bit of
Good berries.
saliva. Snacks. We go to those Goliath caves right outside of Whitestone that were abandoned and
Stone giant caves.
those.
Shit. Made me feel like I had to poop for a second there. Goliath caves. Fuck.
Sorry, I just
did I miss that?
remember you recognize them. They were empty and abandoned. We could go there.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
that close to your family?
Nope.
No, we saw it on the way into Whitestone.
It's just a couple hours away, correct?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's I'd say roughly 3.5 hours
Let's
in
do
the
it!
west of here. Yeah, it's where the forest of this Alabaster Sierras ends and the actual Alabaster Sierra mountain range begins. Is where that
We can
transition
take a day
is.
and do this.
All right. Sure. Let's do it.
All right.
What do you think? Good idea?
Yeah, I like it.
Yes, yes. Keyleth had a good idea, yes.
All right. So,
We're healed. Yes.
Yes.
We're healed, right? Did we sleep? Do we need to sleep? What do we do?
I thought we rested before we went
did.
down under the water, though. and
No,
then
we did. We didn't rest since then.
I don't remember resting afterwards.
I don't either.
And I was there.
I remember I peed on the lake and then we went on
yeah,
the
I
lake.
think you guys decided instead of resting to come to rest here
Yeah,
in
we need to
Whitestone, so
sleep,
you haven't
y'all.
actually slept.
Yeah.
Let's take a sleep and we'll do it in the morning.
What time is it about?
I'd say by now, as much time as you spent in the temple, from waking up in the morning, it's getting 4 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon. It's starting, the sun's starting to come down, so.
I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds myself. Just just.
Aren't we gonna
Oh, just
sleep?
But it's 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
There's other things to do today,
Like drink.
like find out how Gilmore's doing and see Pike.
And I should probably scry and check in on Allura, right?
I've got some work to do.
It's up to you guys. Yeah, and you're starting to push towards the bottom of your ammunition stack anyway.
I
Percy.
need to do a little pull.
Yeah.
I've got a little thing I want to work on.
Cool. All right, so who's doing what first?
I'm going to take Vax aside very, very quickly.
3.
Let's do that first.
So, I had a careless moment, and I apologize.
Wait.
And you're the first apology I'm putting forward. I don't know if I would have done anything different, but I hope you know that I would have never forgiven myself.
What are you talking about?
I rushed in and triggered the trap that almost killed your sister.
They killed my sister.
I can't say that.
What do you mean?
I was careless.
Well, what happened, Percival?
I felt the danger had passed, and I moved too quickly, and opened the casket without thinking. That's all. I just didn't think.
You just opened it? Just like
Tired.
that?
Wasn't thinking. Sometimes we just move too quickly. But I want you to know that it would have... I'm very glad that she's alive, because I don't think I could have lived with myself.
All right. Could you do me a favor?
Yes.
In the future, if there is anything that your little heart desires inside of a box, in the future, could you check with my sister or myself first?
That's the hope. Yes. That was it was more of a lesson than I was hoping for. Thankfully, not too much of one.
Well,
And none of us are beyond mistakes, but that is a mistake that I am going to be thinking about for a very long time. We are going into dangerous territory, and we all have to think a little bit more. And she especially, I couldn't.
well, listen, Percy, we are not playing a game,
No.
and we will all make mistakes, and I wager I will make my fair share. I've little doubt. And Percival, I want to apologize. I'm sorry. But, and I punch him in his know-it-all fucking mouth.
Do you attempt to move out of the way or take it?
Yeah, let's take it.
All right. Dex you square in the... You know, for as hefty as a punch it was, it doesn't hurt quite as much as you expected, but it's not the physical pain that hurts, more than the action and the knowledge that there are more repercussions to your rash decision than even you initially anticipated.
Good night, Percival.
Good night, Vax.
It's 4 in the afternoon.
I'm going to work. I'm going into my studio.
All right, who else wants to do something?
Where'd Kima go?
Kima is actually, she's begun day drinking into the night. So yeah, she's currently just kind of by herself in one of the few functional taverns in Whitestone. It's fairly empty at the moment, especially at this hour as the sun slowly sets. And she's not heavy drinking, but she's definitely nursing a tankard and just kind of quietly contemplating as she sits at the edge of the bar with her hands around the tankard, just kind of staring at a reflection as she spins it slowly on the wood. You can hear it kind of like on the wood grain.
Does anyone else want to go? Is anyone else in the
I'm
tavern?
going with you. Yeah.
There's like a few other random patrons, but no
I'll
one that
come
catches
too.
your eye. No one specifically.
Well, actually, wait. Grog, what are you doing?
Nothing yet.
Hang with Grog.
Okay. So the two of you enter the tavern. She doesn't notice you guys.
I go up and put my hand on her shoulder.
Keyleth!
Hey, how's it going?
Better.
Yeah.
I need up against the bar next to you guys.
I want to check in on Allura.
Wow.
Let's do it.
Is there an empty room around here?
She looks over to the barkeep. You all kind of stare over, and the barkeep is currently there, kind of like wiping down the bar section. For how long?
For, a couple hours.
No, it doesn't need to be that.
2 silver.
We saved your life and the entire town.
You are fine to use it as you please for the remainder of the afternoon. Just don't mess it up, please.
Sure. We'll try really hard to find better things to do with our time. Okay.
All right, make your way up, and the place is fairly vacant. There are a couple of rooms that are currently partially, like the doors are ajar and you hear voices in there. And you recognize it's a couple of the refugees that you guys brought over from your keep who seem to be currently holed up in this tavern. Like an inn floor on the second floor. But there are a number of open rooms right now that you can go ahead and step into for use.
Let's pick one.
Okay. So, you want to go ahead and attempt a scry ritual?
Yes.
Focusing on...
The flower that I gave her before we left.
Ooh,
Okay.
good call.
Yeah.
All right, so as you all sit down, Kima kind of sitting across from you, arms closed. She kind of just looks at you intensely with this kind of, this really direct glare, waiting for some sort of sign of an answer or information. As you complete the ritual preparation of the scrying, your vision transcends your form, jettison through the ceiling and into the clouds. The clouds rush past. You can feel the wind pushing across your face, your hair, and as the clouds part, you see below, you see Western. And from Western, you can see most of the city, as you recall, and a large portion of it currently looks like toppled over and pushed into ruin. There are no longer burning black clouds, but just like white smoke, long after a fire or some sort of an impact, just lazily drifting off some of those ruins. It focuses even closer, and you see what looks to be very little populace in the streets. Most everyone's either indoors or not visible at the moment. Your vision clicks in once again, and you can see currently what looks to be some sort of dark room hidden in Western. You see for a brief instant a flicker of light, and you see Drake Thunderbrand and Allura both gathering a few small books under their arms, just kind of silently waiting, quietly. You hear a poof, poof, poof. Some heavy footfalls above. They both just stay quiet and stay quiet. When it stays still for a moment, she looks over at Drake. They both take hands and then convert into that same energy form you saw that jettisoned out of the Greyskull Keep. That echoes down a long hallway that you previously didn't see was attached to this room. It leads to a stone spiral staircase that goes upward before these two dual sparks kind of travel through the small crack between where the edge of a trap door and a wooden floor is, as the sparks course upward into the now setting sun. You can see amongst the sparks the mostly collapsed rubble of the Cobalt Reserve, the large library in the center of Western. You can see dozens of corpses that have been largely dissolved. You can see what remnants of their bodies have been eaten away by some sort of caustic material. Their arms and fingers tightened up as the muscles pull into these horrible, gnarled visage of what once were the living residents of Western. You do see, as the spark comes to a stop for a second in its movement, and you hear briefly overhead, whoosh, and you see rush overhead, wings fully spread, the black dragon that you had briefly encountered in Iman streak upward, roaring loudly towards Gat Shadow, the tall, dark spire mountain just north of Western. And as it heads up there, the sparks continue their trek through the streets, and at that point, the ritual fades, its vision unable to maintain its focus. Your vision is pulled back up into the clouds and then thrust back into your current position, and with a shock, you find yourself back in the tavern.
What did you see? Is she all right?
She's alive. Her and Drake both are alive.
Good. Where are they going?
They're at the Cobalt Reserve, which is in ruins, as well as the rest of Western.
Did you see the dragon?
Yes, the black dragon is there. Looks like he's taken up residence in the Black Spire. The tower. What was it called?
Gat Shadow?
That one.
Gat Shadow.
Gat Shadow.
Could you communicate with her when you scry? I don't know how it works.
No, I can just look in and see. She was grabbing what looked like last few important tomes, remnants left from the Cobalt Library in the reserve.
Are they staying in Western?
It didn't look like it.
Where are they going?
I don't know. I didn't see.
We left
you talk about where you were-
word and told her we were coming here.
Here to Whitestone.
Yes. If you wait, she'll be here.
She could
Who
be
else
heading
is
here
coming?
now.
Drake?
Drake. Anybody else from the council coming?
We brought some council members, right? Were any among our...
Well, we
Empress.
brought
You're
some
not there, you're with
refugees.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm not there. So, bro, want to play some bocce ball?
I don't know who else could.
Uriel.
Dead. Well, that's great. That's fantastic. What about the rest?
His wife and children are here,
Here, okay.
as well as Gilmo. Yeah.
Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
Right,
Wonderful place to
right.
buy all sorts of products if it was still standing.
I've only heard things. I've not met this Gilmore.
I haven't
Quite
met
wonderful.
Gilmore. Man, I just kind of assume everyone knows each other. You know?
Anybody else? Tofor?
Yes, maybe. Yes. Tofu.
Might have been saying
Which
It's all such a blur, right?
Which one is Tofu?
she's the dragon.
Yes,
Tofu.
Tofu.
He was on that
made
70s
it.
show
I think
for-
Tofu is definitely maybe here.
Last you heard, two council members that were confirmed still alive by Gilmore when you found him, or confirmed by Uriel's wife and
Yes.
family. Thank you. Sorry. Blah, blah. Were Tofor and Asum.
Yes.
Both were two of the ones that were saved by Gilmore, and then once he was too wounded to continue, they left to seek for survivors in Iman. That was last you heard of him.
Oh. They're not actually here then. Yes, they're looking for other survivors. Tofu and Asum.
In the place where this... And what's this dragon you keep talking about?
Shit, you don't know anything. Thordak! Big, terrible, red.
As you say the name again, you can see her eyes kind of resonate with the clarity, and where once was this kind of very intense, this expression and air of her of demanding information suddenly recedes into this look of sudden fear, and she's briefly lost in thought.
Yes, you defeated him once. He escaped the fire realm.
Not only did he escape, he tore a giant tear in the rifts between the the fire realm and ours.
Thordak. And you can see she's starting to hyperventilate suddenly. Like for all of her strong exterior, this is the first time, aside from the brief hit of the Beholder's Ray earlier, you see fear in her eyes, and she starts like standing up. I need to get some air.
Kima, it'll be...
I need to.
You want to sit down?
We're
I need to get s-
preparing.
I need to get some air, and she just kind of storms out of the
Go
room.
outside.
Actually, Keyleth.
What?
I shut the door behind Kima.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to talk to you. Yeah. I would ask my brother, but knowing him, he would walk away. What happened?
Keyleth has a hard time looking her in the eye.
Look at me, Keyleth. Be strong. You're royalty. Tell me what happened.
Vex, I don't want to ever see you like that again. I don't want to ever see anybody like that again.
I grab both sides of her face and force her to look at me. I'm all right. I'm still here. Okay? I need you to tell me what happened. Because between us, Vax is off. Something's
Something's wrong, and I need to know what it is.
We all watched you die.
Yes?
It's like...
How did I get back? Who brought me back? Kashaw? Zara? My brother? Anyone else?
I guess you could say probably an unseen entity, an unseen force. Oh, I'm lightheaded.
Sit down.
Okay.
There's a bed. Sit down.
Percy.
Percy helped.
Let's skip that. When we brought you back, Kashaw performed a resurrection ritual.
Like we did with Pike.
Yes.
Yes.
And he called upon a deity, and at first he was afraid that it was Vesh, which he was quite terrified about.
His wife.
Yes.
Yes.
But that, I don't believe, is the presence that answered his call.
Okay.
And
Fluttery words here, darling. Get to the point.
I thought I was gonna lose you both. I thought I was gonna lose you and Vex.
Why Vax? Did he get hurt as well? No. What did he do?
I don't know. I don't know what he did. He said to take him instead, is what he told the entity. He offered his life for yours. And my biggest fear was that neither of you were gonna come back. He offered his life for you. And for all we know, that offer was accepted.
Right.
If I had to guess, it was probably the Raven Queen herself.
Well, it's rather suiting, isn't it?
Seems to do that quite a lot.
Yes. Keyleth? Thank you, dear. And I leave.
Okay.
I stay behind and burst into tears.
Okay. Grog and Scanlan, what you guys doing?
Go fish. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. Do you have any games with you?
No.
Anything in the bag of holding?
I think there's some orc parts in there that have been in for a couple months.
Doesn't sound very fun.
Right. I got all nervous when they mentioned a Goliath cave, so I kind of need to go boom boom.
Should I play a song so no one can hear it?
Might help. Like stand guard outside the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little music.
Would you mind?
That's what I'm here for.
Can I go drop some audience?
And as you find, one of the few local kind of ramshackle outhouses, none are quite Goliath size, and it's an uncomfortable experience. But thank God you brought a bard along, or you would have woken up half the populace just going to bed. As Scanlan,
Nothing to see here, everybody. nothing to see here.
Okay.
Uncle. Oh my gosh.
No.
Now, the music's playing, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a stall, just
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
All right, can I take out Craven Edge?
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
In the office. Sorry, keep going.
Keep in mind how tight.
It's the palace. This is where all the best thoughts and conversations happen. I don't know how it is at your house.
Keep in mind how confined it is, okay?
Yeah.
And go.
I didn't know.
Sounds like a rough one in there, buddy.
As you see one of the wood boards splinter out the side for a second.
Yep, that's tacos.
You might want to play a bit louder and maybe take a few steps away. It's about to get violent.
No problem.
At that moment, you focus in as you can feel the blade itself grow cold in your fingertips. You can see what little bit of light that filters through the bright orangish red color that's coming from the sunset. You can see a reflection in the obsidian blade as a voice comes to your ear and says, "You fed me well."
Yeah, right, I did, right? I mean, we are really doing well. Question. So, when we were fighting that big Earthbreaker Groot-looking guy, he called you a dark weapon. Do you have feelings, and did that hurt them?
There's a brief pause before you hear this long drawn out.
Right, hold on. No, listen. Oh, and I take my thumb and I run it against the blade real quick.
Okay. As you do, all of a sudden the voice goes,
Right, yep, sorry. Listen, so my question is, as much as I love opening up people to feed you, I kind of want to know, like, what's in it for you?
Grog, are you talking to your shit?
Yeah, no, you gotta let it know who's boss.
Voice creeps in again this time. There is no feeling more terrifying than hunger, and I hunger forever. You help satiate that hunger. That is our arrangement. I give you the strength of those you cut down, and I feed upon them. If this is unsatisfactory, I can and have found others who are more willing to be part of this arrangement.
No, I'm a big fan, really. I mean, I am yoked out when I'm using you. It's fucking amazing. I mean, people are flying apart. It's like a dream. But listen, can you ever be full?
I've never been full before. Perhaps you're the one to find out.
I bet I am, actually. You're really lucky you found me. A lot of these other blokes, not even half the bad I am. But listen, so there's no, like, end game. Just to be clear, you just want to drink and drink. Because I've seen the blood, right? And usually I wipe it off, but you, like, suck it in. And that's a little unsettling, I'm not gonna lie.
My hunger grows, but the air tarnishes my blade. Perhaps we can continue this conversation elsewhere.
Right, yeah. Probably improper. Well, look, I like the way you cut people open, so we'll continue this another time. And I'll sheave him.
Alright. As you sheathe, the last thing it says is, "Don't forget, I hunger always."
I like kick the door open. I'm like, if you're within 200 feet, back up!
No one's out here, Grog.
Oh,
It's just me. Are you all right?
yeah.
I heard you say something about blood.
Yeah, no, in my sweating, it was like a real workout, that one.
At some point you said, "Are you full?" Are you talking about? Did you fill it all the way
Yeah,
up?
look, the privy, it was starting to give me bum a tickle.
Wow.
Yeah.
You topped it off.
Yeah, because, you don't want to, like, dip in the muck. It's,
Foul.
Not at all.
Yeah. Did you want to...
I think I'm good.
Are you sure?
I think I'm
I warmed it up for you. It's, like, ready to go.
I love a good deuce, but not today. I think I'm
Fair enough. Well, I'm feeling so, like, vacated.
We should go get a bite.
I think you're right.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You guys have to get
Amazing.
you guys getting a bite? Percival, if you want to go ahead and make a tinkering check with dexterity modifier to create more ammunition.
Tinkering check with dexterity modifier?
Yes.
Okay.
it'd be plus 11.
16.
16. Okay. We'll say in the time that you've had here, weapons pairing this with the materials you purchased, and Whitestone's pretty open to applying you.
I've got a thing.
Yeah. I'd say you're able to create roughly 40 or so simple bullets in the time that you have.
Do I have time to poke at a modification to the explosive arrow? I want to try and build a rock breaker. I'm curious to try and build a arrow for taking down walls or taking down doors.
Like a siege arrow?
A light form of siege arrow. It's just basically I want to have a tip that actually manages to breach stone and then an explosion that goes outward. So it's just a shattering.
Breach your out!
All right, this will take the remainder of your evening. You're not going to be able to do much else after this.
I have nothing else to do.
All right, go ahead and make a tinkering check with your intelligence modifier.
Okay, so that's that's 8. Is 23.
23, okay. At the cost of roughly 150 gold pieces, so you have to go through a few different attempts to finally get the design right, and the metal working you have here is not perfected. You're not at your workshop back at the keep, unfortunately, so you kind of have to work with whatever you have here. Nothing here is designed for the...
no, I've got an okay workshop here.
Yeah, the one that you used before previously, but that's been mostly kind of discarded, and in the time that you've been gone, it's been cannibalized for a lot of different uses. But it's makeshift. You managed to complete what you think could function. You're not entirely certain as to what the final effect will be, but it all seems to be in place.
All right.
So you can write down explosive siege arrow.
Siege arrow.
And we shall find out in time what it does.
Siege arrow. That's fun.
All right,
A few
so
designs I'm working on. That's one of them.
are you guys resting for the evening? Anything else you wish to accomplish?
Probably be smart. I'm pretty tired after dying, so I'm gonna go sleep.
Okay. Max, anything you want to accomplish? before
Dying
you
takes a lot out of you.
God, the guilt. Okay, yeah.
Can I buy a torch somewhere? Just a torch?
Sure. Yeah, torches are relatively easy to find. You want to buy one?
Stick with rags on it.
3 torches.
I
That's-
bring
that's
Trinket into
three-
the castle
three
with
copper.
me, just so you know.
Yeah,
Trinket's coming into the castle.
After all this has happened, Trinket has been like almost locked to you. Even you going upstairs into the tavern, Trinket was like, kind of stayed out front because Trinket's learned at this point you can't really go into all the taverns.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's rough being a bear.
And wherever we're eating,
grizzly
does it happen to be
existence.
near Jameson the painter's workshop?
No, but that's about a 20-minute walk if you wanted to go find out.
Be nice to check in with him. Grog, do you mind walking with me?
Absolutely not.
All right, so we'll just truck on over to Jameson's.
Okay. You guys head up to it, and the gentleman is a painter as well as a stable hand, so you find your way to the facility, knock on it, and immediately as the door opens, the smell of fresh manure hits your nose, and Jameson steps out. Can I? You!
Yes, hi.
Hi!
I've come back.
I meant to deliver, but they told me not to because apparently it's not there anymore.
The town, you mean?
Town, yeah, we were supposed to
It was
deliver
wise
to.
of you to keep this precious artifact here, because it would have surely been destroyed en route or when it.
It's just the canvas. I don't have it. He said it's a bit too large for my specifications
I'm
of framing.
sure it's
but
huge. Did you finish it?
Yes, come.
Can I look?
Oh, please, oh, please.
Okay, let's go look.
He takes one of the hooded lanterns and kind of turns up the oil wick on it, and as he turns the wick, brings you into the back stable area where it's been sectioned off, and you can see there's paints that have been dropped all across the ground in the hay. It's kind of this multicolored spattering, this kind of rainbow vomit across this section of hay floor. And there, in all of its glory, stretched across and nailed at the corners to this far, far wall, you see a fantastical landscape of rolling hills and tree lines rising up at the edges. You can see a mountainscape in the distance. The lighting he uses is magnificent. You can see why many people in the city specifically requested that you go to this gentleman. And there atop this fantastic green hilltop, you see on this fine white and gray steed, as it raises up, hooves in the air, is yourself, shirt open, chest just slightly fuzzy and muscular, as you look off, your hair blowing in the breeze.
How's the face?
The face is pretty damn spot on. Best likeness you can find for somebody who only had a brief reference, as he sketched you quickly before he left. And there behind, clutching you from the side, you can see Pike wearing this long, kind of grayish silver and blue robes that are also flowing behind a long train, longer than it needs to be stylistically. It was a choice in the artistics point of this. And it is everything you hoped it would be. You paid good money for this piece.
I'm gonna request Grog. I may need a minute here.
No, yeah, I understand.
Just weep.
Take all the time you need.
So I just regard it for a few minutes, just taking in the beauty and the wonder of all I've accomplished.
I have a question. Would Keyleth and Scanlan be crying in rooms at the same time?
Right now, yes. For different reasons entirely.
Somewhere.
Look at the air. Look at the air high five. There it is. So white. That was the whitest of white high fives ever.
I'm
the
imagining
miss and then interlock.
Canvas of Lisa
Yeah,
Frank
White Stone
majesty, by the way.
Yes.
Like just the greatest Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper cover.
Oh, man.
After I just weep for a few minutes, I thank Jameson again, and how much did I pay him for this thing?
I don't recall, but you already marked it off.
I feel that you've gone above and beyond, Jameson, and I know that you're a humble man, and you don't want me to spread word of your accomplishments, but please allow me to write you an epic poem or a song and tell of your artistic gifts and talents, please.
That would be a fine tip, sir. Please, yes, do so.
I'll get right on it.
Send them back to Whitestone, please. That's for Jameson. We'll work this. Hopefully I can make my way out of this dung hole.
Don't worry, you'll have lots of commissions after this, I promise you.
Great.
And I'm going to give him an extra 50 gold.
That's more than the price of a book.
Sir, thank you. Thank you.
For art supplies to get your shop up and running.
Of course, he looks down and he's got a little bit of paint on the coins. He's like, he puts it aside somewhere. Thank you. Wipes his hands off a nearby rag. Thank you, and takes your hand and shakes it vigorously.
Can we...
Yeah, he goes and he takes his little claw hammer down, starts pulling the nails out from the sides, and gingerly rolls up the canvas. It takes a good 3 minutes to roll the whole thing up, and it's quite heavy as he hands it over to you. In your hand. Yeah, it almost takes you off your feet.
Grog,
What?
can you hold this for me?
No, it's you. I mean, you're so magnificent in
No,
it.
I can't do it.
I don't know if I really.
Grog, I watched you shit for an hour.
Hey, you're right. I'll pick it up.
All right.
All right, you guys find your way out. At this point, night has taken. You can hear the crickets starting to
I hear him.
spread throughout the city as the rest of the blue night sky takes on. Evening is ready. Do you guys have anything else to accomplish before the evening comes to close?
Wait till it's quiet, and I leave the room that I've been given at Whitestone, and I find my sister's door, and I stand outside it, and I stare at it for a minute.
Vax? Was that you?
And I stealth away.
I open the door.
Roll stealth check, roll perception check.
Shit.
25.
22. Damn it.
Nothing to be seen. Must have been your imagination, Vex.
Good.
And I wait for the door to close. And then I walk to Keyleth's door. And I knock.
You hear a knock at your door. And the
And horse.
the clipping of horse hooves in the distance, apparently.
Open it. Hey. Hi. You okay?
I don't know.
Come in. Sit down.
I'm going.
How do you feel?
I don't know. All I know is that I felt her. I don't know magic, I don't know anything. I open doors, and only when the wind is blowing in the right direction sometimes I think. I don't know what happened, but I felt her.
Do you still feel her?
Make a perception check, Fax.
"22.
As you're sitting there kind of looking down at the ground as she asks this question, you notice the symbol of Sarenrae that you have stitched into the back of your glove. What was once a very vibrant, kind of goldish brass color has actually very heavily tarnished, and the metal itself seems to have cracked in 3 places. It was not this way a day before.
Yeah. I don't know if I did anything in there. And I wouldn't take it back if I did, but I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know if it was very noble or very stupid, to be honest. Probably a little bit of both.
I can attempt a restoration, a greater restoration spell, and see if I can sense anything.
I don't know anything about any of that. I'll let you.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you prepare your mindset for the cleansing ritual that is the Greater Restoration,
Just lay back.
as soon as the dull green energy begins to crisscross your fingertips, and as you touch the edge of his shoulder to impart his body with the cleansing energy, it courses through his shoulders. The spell completes. You sense no difference in your current physicality, mindset, and there's this pause, this silence of no realization that is suddenly shattered by the sound of a "Ah!" You look over, and at the stone edge of the window you guys are staying in, you see stepping there a single dark raven. And it just takes off and flies into the night.
I think this goes beyond any natural realm that I have any bearing over. And I just hug him. I thought I was gonna lose you. And I'm terrified I'm still going to.
I love you.
And I think I love you. I just don't know if I can allow myself to. I'm terrified to allow myself to. You do realize that if by some crazy chance and we all somehow make it through this domination alive with the Chroma Conclave, and I complete my Aramente, I'll still watch all of you die. everything could go phenomenally well. And by becoming headmaster, we enter a bit of a realm of mortality where I could live for a very, very long time. I'm afraid every time I look at one of your faces that it's gonna be the last. And I feel like deep down, I know that day is coming. So because of that, I'm afraid to let myself feel anything deeper than I already do.
I quickly leave a room.
Oof. The door closes behind Vax.
And for the second time today, Keyleth bursts into tears. Oh, why do people keep leaving me in roller rooms alone?
All right.
Stop it, you're wasting water.
Most of you find sleep.
We're in a drought, goddammit.
You showered, Keyleth.
It's been a while.
Makeup's kind of right.
Go water elemental. Just for a minute.
It's the only way. All right, as you all find yourself coming to rest for the evening, some of you easier than others, eventually you get your full rest. Those who heal up to, say, full hit points for a good night's rest here, get your hit dice back, so not a whole lot were spent.
I lose my strength bonuses.
Yeah. Morning comes to you all. And, yes?
Sorry, just one detail. From there, I went and fell asleep in this idiot's doorway.
Okay. All right. We will go ahead and take a quick break. We'll see you guys back here shortly to see what is in store for Vox Machina. So, back here in a minute.
Sundry says it's Tabletop Day. On April 30th, there's Tabletop Day. More than 250 stores will celebrate all around the world for Tabletop Day. And on Tabletop Day, go online. Geek and Sundry will be streaming the entire time. 24 hours of games for charity. Just get on the channel on Twitch TV.
If I could sum up Geek and Sundry's new show, Signal Boost, in 2 words, okay, it'd be big, floppy. Oh, shit.
Welcome
Welcome to Super Fun Awesome Party Game Time.
A show where we take your favorite party games and blow them up.
Today, we have a Harry Potter spin on beer pong. Our two houses, Hufflepuff and Slytherin, will compete against each other.
It's beer pong as normal, except we're using a modified version of the rules found on unofficialquidditchpong.com. Non-alcoholic butterbeer is being used because our producers are no fun, and players who make normal shots as usual can clear a cup, but if they get it through one of the rings, they can remove 2.
Each team also has access to 2 spells they can use anytime during the match, and of course, if you make it into the Snitch Cup, you automatically win the game.
Losers also have to do something unpleasant. We're Hufflepuff.
Shut up! This is Slytherin. I've got John Cozart, Leo Zombie.
Team number 1 of Hufflepuff, Christine Riccio. Team number 2, Steph Warber. I'm ready for this.
You're going down. Have fun drinking more butterbeer than your parents have signed for. on your trip to Hogsmeade.
Are you guys old enough to drink this?
Yeah.
Hufflepuff?
So, I can either grow a pair of Hufflepuffs and get it through here, or go around it, which is my first strategy.
Yeah, classic Hufflepuff move. Didn't even have a cup.
Awful failure.
I think my big ass Slytherin ring is not necessarily an advantage in this, but I'm not going to take it off at this point.
It's like a counterbalance.
Counterbalance.
It's fine.
Oh! Almost!
You set the. It's good. You set the standard.
I set the tone. No!
Do the. Wish me luck here.
I got it.
All right. Cast a spell with the wand, please.
Oh.
All right. Doesn't matter. We got this. Here we go.
Nothing.
Oh, so close! Watch out for this one. She's a sociopath.
It's on our Wikipedia page.
Oh God, she's trying to hit me!
See, you were right. Oh gosh. Pure blood.
Power.
Oh, so close again!
Don't worry, guys. Eventually, we'll make it in a cup.
Good.
It's okay, guys. We rattled them.
Huff, huff.
Yeah.
Huff, huff.
How do we determine who drinks?
I'll do it.
Own them. I've had some
Do I drink with the ball?
You can take the ball
No, take no.
Drink.
Woo, getting crunk.
All right.
Good job. Ooh, crush it against your forehead.
Yeah. All right, I'm mad now. I'm gonna use a spell. Which one? Crucio! After this turn, you must do a trick shot for your
of
next
you.
round. Each of you.
Each of you. So each
like
one of your next
behind
shots.
the Or a blindfold. Yeah.
Great.
So-
We can handle that.
That was a good one. Good
got
choice.
We can handle that.
Yeah.
I'll just stand over here.
Oh, she's. No!
Wow, that was a perfect placement.
Oh, so close, so close!
Oh my God. Okay, this goes against everything I've ever believed as a Hagrid Puff, but we need to move these closer together or else it's gonna take forever.
I'm only going to agree to this because it feels like cheating.
Don't do that.
All right.
We will just, you don't even know. You don't even know.
What is that? That's
Hufflepuff
very
is just,
unpuff of you guys.
Hufflepuff is a musical gang. We're like the,
Yes!
2 points.
2 points for Slytherin.
Drink it!
All right.
It may or may not be poisoned!
Yeah, you made it through the thing.
Dang.
You're like John Bogart, am I right? Hey! Boom.
It's so delicate.
That was a bad choice.
Double fisting that butterbeer, huh?
I still have to go for their trick shot.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa. Well, you would have made it over there.
Room of Requirement is our spell. Rethrow all your missed shots from this round. Teammates.
Nice. Here we go.
That's a
After
weird
you.
rule.
That is a weird rule.
I thought we were the cheaters.
British.
Yeah.
We just have better magic.
Okay. I'm afraid of the hoop.
It's okay.
This keeps happening.
It's fine. It's
One
fine.
down. One to go.
Yeah, it's like on either side. Yeah, you got this.
We've, by the way, a grand total of 3.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
All
what?
right.
Somebody,
Baba Ganoush, let's just play this!
oh, are we gonna get Bob Ganoush here?
Oh, it's okay.
I got it in me now.
Okay.
I got it in me now.
Wait, you didn't get 2, but you got it. You got it.
That's not
ready
even
for
a
this?
1.
Are you ready
That's
for
not
this?
even canon.
It's way better than yours.
Avada Kedavra!
Abracadabra. Wait, what happened?
Well, that's just not fair.
Wait, what happened?
They killed us.
You just have to take
Remove a cup.
Which cup should we remove?
Remove a cup.
To go retrieve. Hufflepuffs are
so much.
retrievers.
Get the ping pong ball off the pup. All right. Take a shot.
Slytherin. Slytherin? That's Slytherin, though.
What is this? This is not fair.
They're beaters.
They're beaters.
Those look dangerous.
They are.
You
That's
don't
why
want
we
to.
brought them.
Don't get on this side of the table. You're
It's
fine.
fine.
Let's see
We don't need weapons. We have heart.
Oh, that's like the Captain
Yeah.
America kid. Nobody liked him. Let's
That's
go.
cute.
He was the one that brought. He was the jelly daddy.
I called for sudden death.
It's so Slytherin! Oh, it's so Slytherin! Oh, perfect!
Sudden death! Get the snitch! Get the snitch! Gold cup! Gold cup!
What?
Get the snitch!
Oh my god, I almost.
Oh!
Get the snitch!
What?
That was not.
Now it's my time. Yeah! Oh wait! That was us!
Didn't go in. It didn't go in. This is the hardest sport known to man.
This is so stupid! I hate quidditch!
Oh, how did Harry do this? It's almost like that wasn't real. It's okay. We did fine. We did fine. We did great.
Okay, that was embarrassing. All right, the loser was supposed to eat the birdie bots, but I clearly let this game get the best of me. So here's what we're gonna do. I will share these every flavor beans with you. We'll all eat them.
Wow, that is.
We're gonna all eat them.
That's so diplomatic of you.
I'll shed my Slytherin skin.
A little Hufflepuff rubbing off on you. All right, well let's do this.
Let's eat.
Let's get this unpleasantness over with.
I'm ready. Okay.
What is this one?
Unless there's one that looks exactly like it.
It kind of looks like it's red and.
No, don't do it. That's probably vomit.
So?
Did you get vomit?
This one's green and speckly.
Butterbeer, butterbeer.
Fudge!
Eat them all.
Oh, okay.
All at once.
Oh no, bad ideas.
There's like cinnamon in there. That's not bad. Oh God.
Bye, Jesse.
Oh,
Flavor the city needs.
I can't do it. Thank you for watching. It's so nice of you to watch our show.
Thank you guys so much, and join us next time for
Super fun, awesome party game time.
Woo!
Shit in my face.
Welcome back, everybody. All right.
It's all right.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
All I heard was ace.
That's all good. Welcome back, guys. We're gonna go ahead and jump back in. So, as you all, after that, for some emotional evening, whether that be conversational emotion or have to go drop an emotional deuce, it's important. You find yourselves waking up to a fresh morning in Whitestone. Hints of blue sky breaking through the cloud coverage, and that's rare for this area because of its northern portion of the continent. You know that, especially being so close to the ocean, a lot of the cloud, heavy precipitation makes its way in the direction of your town. So it's nice to have a little break in that. Nonetheless, as you guys come to consciousness and gather yourselves, your things, and your plans for the day, what do you wish to do?
We are a city of seasonal affectation disorder, so.
Well, I open my door and find my brother falling through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm awake.
Oh, good morning.
Hi.
Comfortable bed, I see.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't find my room.
Yeah, it's confusing.
I couldn't find my room.
All these
What time is
doors.
it?
I have no idea. My nature check tells me it's roughly, I don't know, 8, 9, something like that. 7? Maybe 7.
You shithead. Yeah. Don't fucking do that again.
It's not like I did it.
Fucking do that again, alright? Just don't fucking do it again.
Fuck. I can't breathe. You're about to kill me again.
You'll live, you'll live, you'll live. Jesus. Whoever that is.
So, I heard rumor that you sort of saved my life in a really creepy sort of way. I talk to people. I talk to so many people. I find out things. Secrets aren't safe.
Are you talking to Grog?
When Vex is around.
Is there any coffee in this fucking
Wait,
castle?
Wait, I have a present for you because I feel like you're gonna really like it. Would you like it?
That's random, alright.
I have this armor that I think would be really great on you. Do you want it? It's really expensive. If you don't take it quickly, I might change my mind.
I don't want it.
Oh, that was expensive card stock.
Give you your leather armor after I have a chance to change.
Alright. I love you.
I know.
Let's get breakfast.
Yeah.
Not long from that point, the smell of coffee begins to fill the air from the inside of the Whitestone Castle halls. The servants have prepared breakfast, and a meal is ready for you. Grog jumping to attention as the scent reaches your nose. The rest of you, you all slowly find your way back down. You eat.
Enough with
Do
the
I
poo
see?
humor. Okay?
Do we come out and see
Well, it
Vax
wakes you
in the
up.
armor?
I know what you were thinking.
Are you putting on the armor?
I was just looking at it in the hallway.
So I guess I step out and see
Still
who I'm looking
pretty
at.
tired,
in the hallway.
to be honest. Sleep a lot in the door.
Yeah, some of you guys step out and you see Vax kind of just standing in the hallway, clutching in his hands, looking over all the various, pushed in engraved runes across the leatherwork, the raven feathers that kind of adorn the bottom of the mantle.
Careful, it smells a lot like must and mold and birds.
I just walk by and briefly lock eyes and keep going without saying anything.
Okay.
Oh shit, you got the armor now?
He stole it! What can I say? He is a really sneaky, stealthy kind of guy.
Nice.
Fair and square.
I just took it for fashion purposes, I suppose.
Oh, you need all the help you can get.
Yeah.
Should we go out in the woods and unleash an undead beast that will kill us all?
Yes,
I love
Christmas
it.
morning. Who has that, by the way?
I do.
Oh, here.
Don't worry, it's safe.
Where'd you keep it?
Oh, hold on. Got a pouch or something. You know what? It's back in my room.
All right, you go retrieve it.
Got it.
Where's Percy?
Where's Pike? We
Have
should
Pike.
bring her with us. Can we bring Pike with us?
Where's Pike?
I know she's taking care of Gilmore, but...
That's possibly more important. I think this thing will be fine.
We need some sort of somebody that can heal. I think we've learned this from
I can
Estelle.
heal.
Yeah, we got potions. We're fine. It's probably like a big Saint Bernard. What's the big deal?
Okay. We learn nothing.
Where's Percy?
I'm right here.
Oh! Shit, you're quiet. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Any coffee? An enema?
What?
A coffee enema.
What? No, I'm fine.
Oh,
good morning.
I'm gonna walk off with this shit.
Okay.
And we go outside with the necklace.
Yeah, where are we headed?
The woods.
No,
Which
the
woods?
caves. I thought we were going to the, like a
Oh,
2-hour hike.
yeah.
I went to the caves
We're
on the
going
edge
to
of
the
the
cave.
woods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
these caves.
You
They're,
gotta go through the woods.
Safe
Into
caves.
The caves. Through the woods. Over the river.
You were into that. All right. So you all gather together and make your way northwest of Whitestone towards where you found the Stone Giant Fortress and the series of caves that are in the mountain behind it. You get there; it's still seemingly abandoned. You kind of case the area for a while. No noticeable movement other than a few woodland entities that exist in that vicinity.
Primeval awareness. Meow, meow, meow.
Okay. That isn't how the sound it makes every time you do
I
it.
like it.
Yeah, so hold on to that one. Make that a new ringtone sound for you guys. What are you looking for?
Oh, there's so many things I could sense.
Yeah.
What about sirens?
Sirens?
Wait, what are those things called? The things that took our horses the last time we were over here?
Harpies?
Harpies.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure. Harpies.
I know
For
my
how many miles
monster's
is it?
real
6
well.
miles.
6 miles? Yeah, there's a few blips on the far, far western side of you. You get the essence, like kind of way off in the mountains, there's maybe a small nest. Nothing that's immediately
I
dangerous.
said for one more minute, and I think if I can sense any giants.
You do to the far, far north. You just get the sense that there is some sort of giant-based life form, maybe 2-3 miles north of you.
Okay.
How's it look?
Well, I mean, clear of the things I checked for.
Sweet.
No giants.
Let's go. Up to the cave.
All right. So fortress or the caves behind it?
Oh.
Oh.
Fortress or cave?
Were they both empty? I don't remember.
Oh, everything was empty, if I recall.
Yeah.
Let's
Small space, little.
let's do the caves.
All right, sure. Cave.
Yeah, cave.
All right.
We have,
Cave.
yeah.
If we stick to the woods, it's my favorite terrain. If we go into a cave, not as much.
So,
Caves is
what
will
would it be?
contain it.
Okay, sure, why
Can't
not?
fly
Caves.
away.
So is it like cave fortress? Are they the same level? I can't remember.
It's a pathway that leads up into a small ravine in the mountain pass where you guys originally walked down into Whitestone. Up against the north side of where the mountain meets that ravine, there's a big
cave.
stone fortress that is built into the side of the mountain, and then around that there are a series of smaller caves.
Anything can happen. Yeah, let's go in the fortress. Then we got more room to move in case it does suck.
All right, fine.
All right.
Fortress.
Yeah.
You guys find your way inside. Still, the cold morning air still has encompassed the stone floor itself. You can see there are still the scattered and slowly decomposing bits of meat and flesh in the far corner. You still see the splatters of blood that have turned black and kind of cracked as it dried. No corpses here, as the corpses were retooled by the Briarwoods while they were in control. But the fortress, other than that, is still empty and seemingly untouched since you last left it.
All right, well, I'm just going to do it then.
Wait.
No, no.
No?
Wait, there's doors open to the cave, right?
We're in a fortress.
Fortress. Whatever.
Coffee's just starting to kick in for you guys.
Barely.
Just.
Do we have any like buff spells or some shit that we should like, cast?
I'm
Should I
pretty buff.
throw a wall
To make
up?
us like cooler?
A wall for what?
Do I need to bar the entrance?
We don't know
or
what
are
it
there
is.
doors?
That is
Fortress,
beautiful.
right?
There are
Vex, by the
doors,
way.
but they're partially ajar where you left them.
Put it on.
No.
It's useful.
I'm not having this conversation.
Vex, by the way, I've got
What?
something for you.
Yes, dear?
And I pull out the arrow.
What is this?
This is an evening of unbridled guilt. Come here, let me show you. In theory, this is a siege era.
Okay.
Shattering stone, shattering doors, breaking things that should
Breaking
not be
hearts
broken.
left and right.
That is what you're after. It should work. Never forget you're my favorite, and I'm so sorry.
I kiss him on the cheek. Thank you, Percy.
That was much nicer than your brother.
Is that a black eye?
I didn't sleep.
This is lovely. I can't wait to use it.
There'll be more.
All right, in 3, 2.
Wait, hold on.
In a circle. Aim it into the center of the circle.
Wait, is it 3, 2, 1? 3, 2, 1, you do it, or
On
3,
the
2,
one.
1, and
On
then
one.
go?
It's Jenga. 1 1,000, 2 1,000,
Should
3
one of us
1,000, 4 1,000.
should one of us leave the room in case it comes out and paralyzes all of us? I'm just gonna throw that out.
Oh yeah, we should. What do you call it? Spread out.
Grog
Yeah,
should
definitely. Let's all surround it and
If
make
only
sure we're
someone
not
had
in clump.
armor that could make them immune to paralysis.
That's not a bad idea. You get controlled by things. Maybe you could just wait just a little bit further back.
This was somebody's pet, all right? It's probably not smart enough to take control of our minds.
That's a big if.
I don't mind stepping out, but I would like to be able to see.
Yeah.
Well, we won't shut the door. I just want you outside of any potential.
Let's
blast
just
radius.
spread out in a circle.
All right.
We'll let it loose in the center. That way, it can't even see all of us.
I like it.
Are we getting
Actually,
around it? Or
It only gets
Vax,
to
do
see
you want a stealth?
Scanlan.
You can see me.
I think you should talk to it. I'm gonna stealth.
Well, you know, when a thing is born, it latches onto the first thing
gonna
it
hide.
sees
Let's
like its
hide.
mama.
I'm gonna hide.
Yes, we're going to hide.
I'm gonna hide.
We're gonna hide?
All right,
Okay.
stealth check from both of you guys.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and talk to it.
Yeah, Scanlan's gonna talk to it.
Scanlan, you prepared?
Natural 20.
Yeah.
You just tell it like there's a phase effect.
Speak with animals.
Batman.
The two of you back off
I
and
also
find some
have,
of the nearby shaded corners,
dominate beast
kind of where some of the haphazardly tossed hides and furs were in the corner. You can just vanish behind the alcoves, keeping a watch.
Trinket, don't stand next to me. It gives it away. Trinket, don't stand next to me. It gives it away.
Goldrick.
Go stand next to Keyleth.
Gallbladder.
Is there a doorway in the fortress?
Yeah, there was the main doorway you guys entered, which
I'll
is
just
two.
stand in that then.
Sure, you just stand there, kind of, and the entranceway that's pushed open, which is wide enough for a giant to push through. You got a little bit of room to each side, but you're there.
Vax, is this good? Vax.
It's fine. You're fine.
Here we go, guys.
I'll just kind of so those two are stealth.
We're just going to be.
I'm at Scanlan's left shoulder.
And
kind of
Trinket's
back
next
a
to
bit.
you.
And Trinket's next to me.
His left
I'm rolling
shoulder
with
is
Trinket.
very low.
All right, and there's Percy.
I've got a little bit of
He's like a
distance
good
here.
armorist.
We're here in the circle. Travis is off
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay.
That's good.
So,
I don't know how to use this thing.
Yeah, we don't know how to use it.
You're a magic
By the
user.
power of Raven's slumber, I command thee. Awaken, beast, cruel or otherwise. Face your new master and know his name is Scanlan.
Holy shit! Never could have been better.
as you spend your bonus action to release the gate hold on the crystal, you guys see as he thrusts his hand forward, there's a burst of shadow energy that's kind of almost like someone throwing a big pot of water. Just kind of this blackness goes out of it, and then as it hits the ground, it spills into smoke on the ground. And as that dark form stops, it is into the form of a about waist to lower torso height creature. As the form kind of coalesces into its normal self, you can see before you, shaking its head, a rather large, dark gray and black wolf.
Oh god. Easy, easy. Garlic. Galdrick, easy, Galdrick. Easy. We're friends.
Starts
Here.
backing up a little bit, snarling. You see Trinket starts growling.
Trinket, be nice.
Oh, I
As you say that, it looks over at you in the far corner.
Natural 20. That still doesn't see me.
I kind of pet Trinket and as that like chill, be cool.
And Trinket kind of backs up a little bit, but still locking eyes. You can see this wolf now. Its gums and teeth are bared. Its fur is all puffed up. Its tail is You know, it's definitely holding its ground and trying to make itself look as intimidating as possible.
Is it a small beast?
This would be technically borderline medium. This would be medium, technically.
I can only speak with small beasts.
Wait,
She
just speak
just
with
swatted
animals.
me and said, "Put your armor on."
do it.
So I'm doing that.
Okay. That'll take you about 15 minutes.
Aw. 15 minutes. Well, that's why I'm doing it.
It's intricate.
All right.
I'm doing it.
Dude, you can't just like, you don't just slip on leather armor.
I get that. I get that. I guess 2 minutes.
Spandex armor. It's just
Can somebody
fun.
check to see if it's actually a wolf or just looks like one? Like, check it.
Can I use my perception?
You're a bit far away from it right now. You can try and get closer if you want.
Can I sneak?
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Do I get advantage? Oh, I do get advantage because of my cloak. Sweet.
You should yell out, "I'm stealthing."
I'm stealthing! Damn it. 19?
Okay. As you begin making your way forward, it doesn't seem to notice you.
It doesn't?
No.
Can I see it better now?
See
to
if it's a boy or a
perceive it?
girl.
Looking at it, and from your experience in the wild as well, and Keyleth, you get this does not appear to be anything beyond than just a large wolf.
I'm going to get on my knees.
Scanlan, can you talk to
And-
it or no?
Oh, look it in the eye.
Put out my hand and call it. Goldrick? Goldrick?
Go make an animal handling check.
Animal handling, we've never done that.
If I help my brother get on the
actually have
armor,
a
will
really
it
high
happen faster?
Probably.
I help him put on the armor.
Most random thing I have.
Well, you're not the
That
same
landed
size
on
as
an
the other
edge.
guy.
Dinked.
It dinked.
That was not much better.
That's a little bit better. 10.
10. As you put out your hand, Galder kind of snarls, and as you say, "Here, boy." It lashes out at your hand. That is going to be. Is it 21 to hit?
I'll take it.
Keyleth, can't you talk
You
to
take
like
6
plants and
points
shit?
of piercing damage as its jaws clench down your hand, and you tear your hand away.
I'm not
You can
sure
feel
you
the kind of the warmth flowing under the glove.
I'm gentle with it.
I cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I click my boots of haste.
You do?
Yeah.
Aren't you getting
Okay.
dressed?
We can dress faster.
Speed change.
All right.
Quick change.
7.5 minutes.
You guys all become immediately aware of the creaking of leather in the distance as the two siblings are in the process of
rustle of
fast
feathers.
changing one of the other.
Okay, I cast Speak with Animals. And I kind of get down, crouch down to the ground. And kind of bow down a little bit, and I say, "Are you the one they call Goldrick?"
Kind of looks over at you for a second. The growl stops, and its posture changes a little bit. Kind of raises its nose.
Pervon, your master.
Looking at you as you guys hear Keyleth now giving the series of just growling sounds.
Trinket totally understands you, though.
Strangely enough, Trinket does. Trinket's like.
Trinket to Scooby-Doo, apparently.
Rabbit?
Oh!
Shit balls. Dang, you're going that
Oh
way.
my god, I get sick. But
There are several items that are sold out at the store. If you'd like to go on and see what items have already sold out, check it out.
we need to get more t-shirts in stock.
Yeah, we know that.
We
We
know.
know that,
We
guys.
know.
We know.
That needs to happen.
We're
But there is still the Critical Role logo t-shirt available. What is happening? What is he?
All right. Is there a ring or something?
Is the ring still available?
I don't know.
If the ring is still available,
Is
check
the
out that
ring?
I respond. I can respond back, right? Your master died a great champion for the Raven Queen. He has been paid a great honor. And now the Raven Queen has chosen a new master.
I push Vax forward.
You're like you've gotten maybe part of the tunic on.
Is he Donald Ducking it right now? Is he
Practically, there are undergarments, but not much. Just like bare legs and knees, part of an arm exposed. Yeah, it's. You got thrust into the change room about 20 seconds into it.
Nice.
I still walk toward the wolf.
Waddle.
Yeah.
Wolf
No,
kind
no,
of.
I did the top. I did the top. Come on.
The wolf kind of turns his head a little bit, curiously.
I continue to speak to the wolf.
And I kneel and bow my head.
A great darkness has fallen upon our lands, upon Althanzia. We could use all of the assistance that we can achieve. Would you be willing to find a new purpose? Join Vaxildon.
Keyleth,
Yes?
tell him to come forward and look into my eyes.
That's a bad idea for dogs.
Tell him.
It's gonna bite your face off.
Goldrick.
Lucky.
Please. Approach your new master and look into his eyes.
Give him some chocolate.
The wolf kind of looks towards you, looks towards the
Look into
loosely
his eyes.
half-dressed half-elf.
I say look into
They're
his
quarter-dressed
eyes
now.
and see the touch of the Raven Queen inside of him.
Wolf kind of slowly stalks towards you. Across the stone floor, you can
Just say,
hear
"Don't move,
the claws of the wolf kind of clattering against the stonework. As you can see, it's partially like digging into the stonework with each step. It has purpose with each stride.
As it's coming, I'm taking the daggers out and throwing them on the ground.
The wolf stops and looks up at you. Turns around and just walks towards the doorway where you are.
Where who is?
Where Grog
Where Grog is. Grog, who's now in like at the door, at the exit.
Goldrick. Gold. Wait. Goldrick.
Just keeps walking.
Goldrick.
You gonna stop him, Grog?
Hey, Grog.
in the doorway.
Grog, just don't move. Don't move. Look
What?
at the dog. Just don't move and don't hurt the dog. Please just look at the dog.
I pulled out one of my treats I have for Trinket.
Okay. Trinket
I
starts
called-
lumbering up towards you.
Wait, Trinket. This is for your buddy Goldrick. Goldrick,
She keeps walking. Doesn't even look at you in the face. Just
throw
walks.
the treat and say, hey!
It scatters across the stone, walks between your legs, and exits out.
I pivot on my back foot. I take out Craven Edge.
don't.
No, I do. I take out Craven Edge and I sink it into the earth right beside his head. And I say, heal!
Make an animal handling check.
Whoa, is it good? Is it good?
Cool.
20.
As the sword into the rock outside of this this fortress, it probably embeds itself a good foot and a half into the mountain. You guys all hear the Grog shout echo through the inside of the fortress itself, causing little bits of dust and small pebbles to dislodge from the roof, slowly fall down. The wolf has stopped and spun in its place and reached out and lashed the blade with its jaws, and king! As it releases it.
Stay.
It sits.
Oh!
That went well. Dog whisper.
Good pup.
Are you its master now?
No. I don't think it has a master. This is a very powerful beast. But it needs a firm hand, and I think it needs a job.
Oh.
So, what do we plan to do with Goldrick? Said his name right.
We plan on having him help us kill some dragons?
I think he's a wolf. I think perhaps something a little less ambitious.
Well, he can.
Trinket.
Yeah, he
hides
he joins
very
our,
well when dragons are around.
our mighty,
Oh, my
our merry
goodness.
band.
I think perhaps joining the Whitestone Conclave might be a.
While they're talking.
Having him guard Whitestone, perhaps.
I like it.
I reach into the bag of holding and I pull out
some orc parts.
One thing of dry food rations and a probably pretty rotten chunk of dark elf brain.
Where did we get that?
Oh, there's a
got
veritable
so much
Walmart
stuff.
of shit in this bag. And I kind of like a hamburger patty, just kind of like smash it all together.
Yeah, the only reason you even know this was at one point Dark Elf Brain Matter is because that's what you willed to reach in and find. It does not at all visually match your memory of its...
Does it have a little bit of a viscousy ooze mostly?
Oh yeah, no, it's...
That'll soften up the dry food.
Gray chicken
It'll soften up a lot of things. It's pretty terrifying.
Make the wolf
So I
vomit.
I'll throw that on the ground and I'll pour a little ale on top of it.
Wolves
There you go.
love
It leans forward and
getting
smells
drunk.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the best. I could do better. Okay.
Trinket goes up and starts eating it.
He's gonna barf that all over the carpet.
Get the chocolate.
I need to carry beef in this bitch.
It goes bad.
What happened to Dork?
Yeah.
We've got nothing to Dork left. Nothing.
So
to
is
Oh, you know what? You know what I have, by the way? I still have like a cooler bag of holding that we got from the Slayer's Cake.
Oh, that's really good
For food and stuff?
Well, like,
I'll
it
pour
keeps-
into a
it
little
keeps-
chalice
it
some
keeps
ale.
things cold.
Like a man purse of holding.
Yeah, it's like a little bitty one, but it keeps like parts from
Which
going bad.
is nowhere near as large as a bag of holding, but it does it has a kind of a slow stasis for organic goods.
We should keep some food on hand next time.
Totally.
Chicken.
burger
I'll offer him some ale just to see if he even likes it. Some dogs like beer, some others don't.
Wolf doesn't seem to be interested.
Yeah, all right. I'll chug it.
So, are we telling this wolf something,
think-
or just commanding it to come with
Oh,
us as
I
we return to
mean-
town?
I think he would be helpful to just guard the town at this point.
Well, he'll follow Grog, I suppose.
Let's
if
go
he
back
wants
to town and bring him with us.
All right.
You guys return to Whitestone. It's another like 3-hour trek to find your way back down to the city.
Can I have the?
This just kind of stalks up next to you. Definitely seems to be attentive to your commands. It doesn't appear to be, you know, a bond per se, but of everyone that it's encountered so far, you're the only one that really gathered its respect.
I threw a treat at it. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's a great thing to
Don't
throw
you-
a
No.
giant
I
400
spoke
pound
words at
bull
it.
mastiff.
Apparently, that's not good enough. Communicating.
Right, so we're walking back to town. We've got a giant fuck-off wolf with us.
No.
Bax looks like
I'm peeling that.
Edward
I'm
Scissorhands.
peeling that off as we walk.
What? No!
Leave it the fuck on.
I'm peeling it off.
It's really expensive. You want to damage it?
I'm peeling it off.
Fucking doesn't appreciate presents.
All right. So you take what little bit of the armor you had on
Yeah.
off, and are you putting your other armor back on?
He doesn't have any other armor. I took his
I
other
have
armor.
regular fucking armor that I grew up in with you fucking shit.
Do you want to trade with me, Vax? I've got some armor you could take.
Yeah.
You're a funny man.
All right. So you're back in town. You have a wolf.
Do we
What's your
find
plan?
like a holding pen for the wolf?
I don't think we need to. I think if we can just
No.
communicate to
Tell
him.
him not to, like, attack villagers.
Ask
Oh,
him. Ask him
yeah.
if he would be willing to keep the town safe, to help keep the town safe.
Do it in a really aggressive way, though, Keyleth.
Very aggressive.
Stern.
Okay, okay.
Oh, we should find some food for the thing.
If I turned into a dog,
Yep.
if I turned into a wolf, do you think he'd like respect me
No, he'll
more?
probably attack
He'll
you.
mount you.
Or he'll bone you. Maybe.
I'm not ready for that game.
Do it.
Maybe.
Let's just be clear.
Scanlan.
Matt's like,
Oh, you soured the DM.
to be fair, that's I mean, like, it kind of happened before.
yeah, I remember.
With the
Yeah.
troll.
But the troll was so
dear.
Okay.
No, it wasn't me. Was it you?
I don't know.
No, who got?
Who was getting humped on?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Finalize this wolf so we
I
can
say-
go kill something.
I take my staff and I say, Galdrick! I'm being assertive.
Yes. She's the alpha.
Yes. I'll go stand behind her. You want a task? I'll give you one.
All right. How long does speak with?
I don't know.
Last for 10 minutes, so
10
that you can
minutes.
cast it again. It's first level.
Oh,
so
has
you
it
can.
not been 10 minutes?
It has been more than 10 minutes. It took you 3 hours to
3 hours
return.
while we walked back.
Okay, so we walk back. Okay, I'll cast it again.
Alrighty.
Can I speak with animals on other people? I can't, right? No.
All right.
No.
So as you shout, go ahead and make an animal handling check with advantage because your ability to speak.
With advantage?
Yes.
We'll take the, what is that, 16?
Yeah.
Plus 6, so 22.
Okay. Galderic turns to you and essentially leans towards you, and you get the essence, the idea of a message across, and keep me from having to walk behind now at this point, as you guys have managed to, make seeming amends at the moment. Employs the idea of, I'll listen if you give me a task.
He kind of talked back. Have him guard the village. Okay. Galdric. Only a beast of your great fortitude.
Just fucking tell him to do it.
Right, okay, sorry. Would you like to guard
The command.
the town,
Command it.
Whitestone? Guard this town, dog.
Keyleth, repeat after me.
For how long?
In exchange for food, protect these lands.
Galdric. In exchange for food, shelter, and a cozy fire everyone's
Say that shit. I didn't say that. He's a wolf. He doesn't need those.
Patrol these lands.
Protect these lands.
Protect these lands.
For how long?
I know, why does he want details? Why does the dog want...
As long as we need you
No,
to.
no.
No.
A great danger approaches.
Until the danger has passed.
You'll know it when it comes.
A great danger.
Approaches!
Approaches! Approaches! A great danger approaches. Your service is required until that danger has passed. Is no longer in effect.
You'll know when it comes. You'll know.
You'll
when it
know.
comes.
You'll know. Because they're fucking dragons, man. You'll know. Protect.
I walk over and put my hand over Keyleth's mouth. You stay. We feed you. And is there like a tavern or a butcher shop or something nearby?
There is a butcher. As you're having this thought, however, the Galdric turns back over to you and says,
Yeah, I rolled a 22.
and says, I can feed myself,
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, dude.
but I will watch until this danger is past.
Awesome.
Then am I free to go?
Then you are free to go.
Very well. I grow tired of service. I wait too long. And the wolf just looks at you, gives you kind of like an acknowledgement, and then walks off into the woods.
Bye, buddy.
Thanks, Galdric. Appreciate it, man.
Man, that's a cool looking wolf.
Hi, look at Grog. How's that? Does that sound okay?
That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You did good.
I
you
thought
did
she
good.
did very well.
Thanks. It really liked you. You should learn how to talk to animals.
What is that? What is that you have? What is that?
I'm holding on to the Raven Slumber jewel at the moment.
The thing that can capture people.
It's empty now.
It's empty now. And do you know what I bet would fit in it very nicely?
Me.
And we can carry him around and then pop him out.
Oh.
Wait. Okay. Wait.
I
Is it
toss it
gonna
to
hurt
her.
him? Does it hurt him?
No,
Does he
no.
feel like it's bad?
Not
Nope.
only does it not hurt,
No
he
time-
does
no
not
time-
age or
no
feel
time.
any
Willing
pain.
creatures
Passes.
need not make a saving throw.
It's automatic and no time
Okay.
passes.
I'm gonna try it and just to see how he likes it. If he's okay with it.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, come here.
As you turn around and look, you see there's a small puddle in the ground where Trigan has vomited up.
Oh.
It's just kind of like
What is
pushing
that?
dirt
What is
over
that?
it.
This episode.
Dirt over
Yeah, you gotta teach him to quit rummaging.
What was that?
Is
Trinket,
clearly foul.
jeez.
Cow brain.
Don't eat the puke. Do not eat the puke. Come in.
And the Trinket's like scrape dirt over it.
Got a little carrot on your chin.
No.
Trinket. Do you want to go for a ride? You like rides? You want to go for one? All right, sit still. This will be fun. I don't know how to use it.
Just say its
Just
name.
point. Yep.
I point to him.
You
with
should
the-
probably say something cool.
By the power vested in me,
Yep. Oh.
I now pronounce you my Pokemon.
Words be damned. The will, and it takes you the equivalent of an action or so to activate the crystal, but as you do, Trinket gives a confused look before Trinket's shadow seems to crawl up his legs until it forms into this just circle, this dark core, roughly half the size of Trinket's form before it shoots into the crystal.
Is he about this size? But I don't like that one. Is he about this size?
A little larger than that before it goes into the crystal, then once it's in the crystal, it's just...
Oh, it's a little crystal?
Trinkachu, I choose you.
Oh my gosh! That's really fun! Okay, how do I let him go?
I think you just kind of. Yeah.
I release you!
Okay, as you do that, once again, the same dark energy you saw earlier just spills out and hits the ground in front of you, and from that dark shadow area, Trinket's form emerges. Standing there looking really confused.
Eh? How was it? Did it hurt? Can you talk to him? You can still talk to him. Talk to him. Ask him if it hurt.
It's a little bit more on the ground.
Well, that's not good.
You know, sometimes just the teleportation idea makes you lose.
Ask him how he's doing.
Trinket, you all right, buddy? You all right there?
Feeling sick.
Ask him how the little car ride was. Ask him if he liked the ride.
How was the ride? Did you feel all right? How was?
Yeah.
Okay, would you mind, ask him if he'd mind doing that on occasion, whenever I need him to.
What was it like in there? Was it?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Ask him if
Would
he
you
cares
mind?
if he does it again. Ask him if he cares.
Would you mind doing that? Kind of frequently, on occasion.
If she wants me to, okay.
What did he say? What did he say? He looked really cute when he said something.
What a sweet pea.
You have a lot of men who will do anything for you.
Oh, buddy. I go and hug him really tight and scratch his
You
hand.
do, and avoid the little bit of...
Vomit on. I don't even care. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Oh, good. This is the
best. This is the best. Hey, we can travel with him.
Hey,
we can climb with him.
And
we
if
can sneak around.
Trinket isn't in it, you can also use it to capture baddies.
I know, it's great.
And because of the way that the projection works, you could also, in theory, capture a baddie and then just let them loose off a cliff and watch them drop.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's very convenient.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, you have a crystal? You've set a wolf on a path?
Where are we going next?
Where are you going now?
Yeah.
Your home, I imagine.
Don't we need to? Oh yeah.
What's our to-do list?
We don't have to worry about it. We can. It's fine.
Fire Ashari it is.
Wait. What are the things that we need to do?
We need to check in on
Cobalt
Tina's
Reserve, Ashari.
Grog's
Did we already take care of Isisa's mate, Frostweald?
No, but that's down.
That's the other vestige, correct?
Yeah. Yes, that's over
There's
by Grog's family.
information about the vestiges. And
We need to steal an airship.
I agree. That's still
just
very
high on the
important.
list, high on the list.
I can't remember what.
They were by Craghammer.
Thank you. I'm having terrible hiccups.
What about? We need to find Kaylee at some point. We also need to. Who's gone? Where's Keen? Where's people? Where-
Allura should be here in like a day. She should be here very soon.
What's close to here?
Nothing's
Nothing.
close. We're specifically far away
But
from
we
everything.
can go wherever we want as long as we've been there before.
Well, we should definitely go to like the Fire Ashari. You know?
We should go to the fire shari.
Oh god, I'm immediately nauseous.
Well,
That's two of us.
Oh,
right,
trinket
let's do it.
buddy. What time is it?
it's still with the travel to and from. It's a little afternoon, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Take it.
if we're gonna go, do we need anything before we leave? We got everything we need? Potions and stuff?
Maybe
pretty
some
good.
fire
Want to buy some
resistant
meat
stuff.
for your cooler?
Yeah, let's get some meat.
It's pretty easy to go ahead and procure. 5 gold a meat will fill that thing.
Yeah.
Just gotta mark 5 gold off your.
How much could I buy a medical kit somewhere?
Yeah, you can find a general store and purchase a medical kit.
How much is that?
Look that up right now.
All right, whatever. I've got it.
It's nifty that you have a book that tells you how much something like that costs.
Imagine that. It's like it's a handbook of some kind. It's crazy.
Does anyone have any fire-resistant items?
I do. He does.
Max does.
I do.
You might
Put it
want to pick
on.
up some fire-resistant potions as well.
So it'd be like,
I have this black iron plate that I haven't
What's that?
used ever. While wearing this heavy plate armor, the bearer gains resistance to any fire damage.
5 gold for an herbalist's kit for you.
Oh,
It's heavy
plate
plate
armor.
armor, so
None of us
maybe
are
the
wearing
herbalist's
Pike.
kit, like 5 gold.
Give that to Pike. Wait,
Can
I
that
have.
stabilize people?
If used with the medicine check, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I have this, which I can't wear.
What is that?
It's a purple and black robe. It was Lady Briarwood's robes.
What does it do?
Clings to nearby darkness as you walk. While wearing this robe, you gain resistance to piercing damage. Anybody need pierce resistance that can wear robes?
I'm pretty reasonable.
Do I wear robes?
Robes would be worn instead of your armor.
No thanks.
What about gloves of missile snaring?
does
That
that do?
appeal to anyone?
Missile snaring? What does that do?
These gloves seem to almost meld into your hands when you don them. And when a ranged weapon attack hits you, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier, provided that you have a free hand. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can catch the missile if it's small enough to hold in that hand.
Does it require
They're
tuning?
Bruce Lee gloves. Huh? It requires no, it just requires 1 free hand.
No, it does require
Attunement.
tuning.
Yes, it does. It requires
I might be tuned out at this point.
Anybody? I
Oh.
feel like that could be cool for you, Scanlan.
I think I can take it.
What's your dex? Your dexterity is not very. Actually, it might work out well for me. Weirdly enough,
Are you fully attuned?
I can undo something that I'm not using.
Do we want to, Percy, you have access here in Whitestone to alchemy supplies, correct?
Matt, I have access to alchemy supplies here in Whitestone, correct?
I mean, there are elements of your initial workshop. Like I said, a lot
Sure.
of it's been cannibalized, but there are things you can piece together. Plus, there was a lot of alchemical elements and tools that were utilized in the subterranean tunnels as part of the refinement process for the Whitestone's residuum, the large vats of acid that were distilled by the Briarwoods when they were here. And there are other elements of their own tinkering and the alchemical arts that remain scattered throughout the castle. So yeah, like you can definitely find enough to,
Make some stuff.
tinker with if you want.
I mean, we can take the rest of the evening and then I can attempt to make some fire resist potions.
I mean, like, here's my thinking, right? Like, if we go after my herd, we're in for a fight. A big one. If we go to your forest, we're like doing recon and hopefully learning something, right?
Well, we're gonna be in for a fight at the fire shari as well because there's a giant sunder in the fire plane, and last time I checked, there were fire imps and elementals pouring through the tear.
Are those bad?
Yeah. They're annoying.
We can. It's as long as we're quick, we can go about it, I suppose.
Well.
What's our mission?
Yeah. What's our? I mean.
We really want to get the rest of the.
We need to see what
the
We
testicles.
could theoretically see if there are survivors, and I can
virgins.
attempt to close the tear in the plane. I don't know if I can do that. However, I don't know anyone else particularly more qualified to attempt it.
Allura,
What are we doing?
or
What is
that,
happening?
that bearded dude.
We're talking about the fire shari and possibly what to do there. I can either we can go and look for survivors, and someone
'em
should
here.
probably close the tear in the fire plane.
Should we wait for Allura then before we go?
Well, if they're survivors, they might not be that way for very long if we don't go.
They've been there for a while already.
Yeah, if there are survivors,
then they're surviving.
they've survived. Yeah, I agree. It's not going to be pretty.
I know you don't want to go.
I really don't.
But we need to go. I say we take the rest of the day, make your potions. We leave first thing in
Wait
the
for
morning.
Allura. Hopefully she'll be here. by
Maybe
then.
Allura will join us by tomorrow morning. If
All
not,
right.
we teleport over.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you guys are gonna rest for the evening?
Well, hold on. Is there a house of entertainment in Whitestone? I know it's just getting back on its feet, but
A question. That'd be a question more for Percival.
Percy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a bit of a soul struggle, and I'm wondering if I might bend your ear for a moment.
Sure.
Yeah. Can I speak to you over here?
Yes, of course.
Right. So, look, I want to get my freak on.
I don't feel that way about you.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
right.
you're very attractive.
That was very unclear.
I really...
So I know this is like your home and stuff, and you might not have been like aware of it, but they have these houses where like...
Oh, where you get your freak on?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we have them.
Oh, good. Do you think they're still in order?
Oh, I imagine so.
Could you point me in that?
No, I have no idea where they are. I just do know that they exist. I actually had things to do here. I didn't have time for these.
Oh, no, yeah, me too. Important things. I was just thinking for Scanlan, in case he gets bored, you know, you gotta keep him, like, focused.
I wouldn't actually know where any of these places were, would I?
No, and those that did exist in this town have not been...
I figured as much. I just fucking with them. Okay. No.
Oh, okay. I'll let Scanlan know. Just keep it between you and me, because he's very sensitive about these things.
Secret is safe with my indifference.
Oh.
That's fine.
Well, my
I know you do.
Yep.
You're wonderful.
Can I start telling that to people in real life?
Yes, you can. I do it all the time.
Secret is safe.
All right, I'm good to rest.
Before we set off on this, is there anything closer or more pressing? I don't actually know why we're going to her place, but I'm fine with it. It's
We're going to try
look for survivors and close the giant
Try and
tear
close
in
the
the
giant
fire
tear in
plane
that
that evil, not evil, just, fiery entities are pouring
It's a
into this
hellmouth.
realm.
It's either that or we go Goliath hunting.
That's next.
But this is just something that we can just knock off the list.
All right, let's
right.
knock.
Knocking it off.
Sure,
the-
just
Yeah,
check it off.
Percy, just knock it off.
Just like that.
Check. Just check this.
As we're
The
walking
things that
through
we
town,
need.
do I see any weaponsmiths?
Make an investigation check.
I'll help you make the
21.
potions.
Okay.
Okay, that'll help cut down on the time.
Yeah.
21? There are 2 functional smiths left in the town. There were 2 more than that overall. They're more like blacksmithy and, but they both unfortunately lost their lives in the insurrection. But there are 2 functional blacksmiths in this. Yeah.
And one's nearby as we pass through.
10-minute diversion.
I'm
from
splitting off the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it.
We gotta get out of here.
And one's in front of me now.
Well, you find your way to, and it's a small blacksmith. And most of it's outside, and though the day is growing a little late, you do see, looks to be an older gentleman, long, tattered gray hair pulled into a very, very tight bun in the back, and a beard that's actually tied off to the side, otherwise it would hang down in the middle of his work. He's wearing soot-covered clothes, big leather apron, leather gloves, and he's currently in the process of just ping, ping, turning over and hammering out a piece of orange glowing steel.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. I have a very simple request.
He doesn't stop. He just seems he acknowledges your presence, but he's just still working while he's listening.
I've 6 gold burning a hole in my pocket. I'm not looking for anything simple. Do you have a short sword? Regular old short sword.
He looks over at you. If that's what you're looking for on that wall over there, we've got 2 short swords.
Difference between the 2? That I can see?
That you can see?
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Uh, 22.
Looking over them both from the distance, no, they're both made with different hilt designs, and different pommel designs. Their grips are a little different, but other than that, the blades are pretty much identical.
Grab one off the wall. I slap down 6 gold, which I know is way too much, and say, "Thank you, sir. Pelor lives here." And I walk away.
Okay, as you start walking away, he goes, "Hey,
Yeah?
you're gonna pay proper for that short sword.
Oh, I'm sorry. How much does it cost?
12 gold pieces."
My apologies. 12?
12 gold pieces, friend.
So I put down 6, I put down another 14. I really apologize. I was just confused. Good
It's
day,
all right,
sir.
no harm, no foul. Takes the gold, scoops it, and puts it into his pouch. Have a good day.
I walk down the street going like, it's big.
It's much bigger than you're used to, but it's got a fine balance to it. It's well made. All right, so as you guys have all got.
We're gonna make our potions.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, so.
I have another question.
What is your other question?
Before we all go to bed tonight, can we get like a fuck ton of the green stone under white stone?
There's really not a lot of it.
Say like $1,000 worth, and maybe have like a real nice hero's feast before tomorrow.
Wise as fuck.
Or in the morning.
Hero's breakfast.
I think
I gotta do it at night because I have to tree stride in the morning.
You can choose either to create the potion or to mine the residuum for the evening. You cannot do both. Both are time like to pull that material from, because most of it that remains has been already embedded within the ziggurat beneath.
Tell you
would
what.
have to actually physically chip it from the structure.
I have a plan, Keyleth.
Yes.
We will cover the 1,000 gold in our own party funds and have someone here mine some shit for us and give it to us later.
I like that plan. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
How about the wolf?
So potions.
Percival, do you have people here that can mine? Looking for work, people...
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'll let them know that they should start trying to pull the residuum out of the wall, but it's dangerous down there.
Oh, it is.
And tampering with it is definitely
necessary.
Should be ginger. It would just trying to keep everything ginger down
So
there.
maybe we should take 1,000 gold just from your family stores then, huh? That might be smarter.
We currently have 1,000 gold from my family stores that are in the group treasury at the moment.
Oh, we took... No, it was just 500. That was just 500, just so you know.
I feel like it was more than
No,
that.
it was just 500.
Hey, Derolo, do you remember what happened yesterday?
He's not there.
Isn't he though?
I was going to do such a nice thing for you, but never mind now.
No.
Where'd I
Do
go?
something really nice.
You went to buy a short sword. No, never mind. You went to buy a short sword. I don't know.
True.
Dear, I'm sorry. Do nice things. Alright?
I'm trying to be gentle at my family right now. They're taking on an awful lot.
You're
but-
right.
but-
They're taking on so many people.
and we'll see what we can do.
I'd like to think you hear me in your mind.
Let's just
Always fucking hear you in my mind.
Let's just use the damn
Very
party
quiet
for
in
the
there
time
these
being.
days.
It's fine, Keyleth. This is a really important feast.
Kind of busy making potions.
Alright.
All right. So you prepare Hero's Feast before you begin this potion creation process. Is that what I'm going to understand or not?
Can I make some potions and I make dinner for us before we go to bed?
It's going to take you about the length of a day to create the potion. With his help, it takes it to about half, so it'll be about 12 hours of
so there's no
creating.
sleep.
8 to 12 hours. So
pick one.
Pick one.
I'll do a damn feast.
No potion?
Nice.
You can do the potion as well. The feast only takes a moment to cast.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying, be aware that you guys will probably have, if you want to get a full rest after that potion creation process, you're gonna have to wait till like this time tomorrow, like late in the day, to make your journey, which is fine if you're willing to be patient about it.
Sure.
Yes, no.
Say
I
one.
mean-
Just say one.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
All
do
right.
it. Let's go in prepared, and then we can always rest on that side.
Cool. For a fine dinner.
Right?
Just want to make sure we feast right before we leave so that it's most useful.
All right.
Yes.
So you, everyone else goes to sleep while you and Percy work tirelessly through the night. If I could have you, just for the sake of it, I want you to go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh, an Arcana. Do I get advantage because I got my am I skilled in alchemy? I'm skilled in alchemy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you are. Never mind. Go ahead and do that.
Oh, there, arrows. I forgot. So I.
Proficiency bonus. You're proficient in alchemy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So use a proficiency bonus, and for this use intellect modifier.
Okay. Intellect, which stays so plus a 7. Do I have advantage? Ooh.
Ah.
I rolled a natural 19.
Okay. We'll say for the fair cost of reduced to the roll.
6.
450 gold pieces. You create a potion of resistance of your choice of resistance.
Just one.
Just one.
Fire.
Takes a long time, man.
Fire.
Fire. All right. You create a
Fireball.
potion of fire resistance. The materials cost you 450 gold to create. You finish it by about sunrise the next day. Everyone else begins slowly waking up after the night's rest as you guys, both bags under your eyes, come to
that was a good night's sleep. I tell
Seriously.
Keyleth, could
Rod! Oh, God!
Oh.
Oh, you snuck up on me.
Could you make me some tea real quick?
Scanlan,
What?
go fuck yourself.
What? You were up before me. I thought.
All right. All right. This is fine.
This is fine.
This is good.
This is great.
Yes.
You doing Hero's Feast for breakfast then? Is that how it's working then?
I'll take a nap. I'll cook breakfast, guys. Good morning. Good morning.
Why don't you sleep during the day? We'll all take our feast and then blast off at night.
Because I have to teleport and cooking this feast are both 6-level spells, and I can only do one of those a day.
being a druid.
Can anybody else make a feast that's here?
Pike. Pike?
Pike.
It's with Gilmore.
She's not here.
I miss Pike.
Do it.
I'll cook breakfast, guys.
No, I'll cook breakfast.
No, I won't cook breakfast.
That's a good idea for you to not cook breakfast.
What's the plan?
I'm cooking breakfast!
Are you cooking breakfast or are you summoning breakfast? That's my question.
Are you summoning breakfast and then you're sleeping and
I'm
then we're
summoning,
leaving?
Yes, I'm summoning breakfast and then I'm
Yeah.
sleeping.
And then you're sleeping and then
Okay,
we're leaving. As soon as
that's
we
what I was
go.
wondering.
Yes.
We got the
Sorry.
answer. Okay, cool.
All right, we're going.
Sorry. I felt like that was
Today's been a slog. All right, so you go ahead and you use Hero's Feast, summoning forth a fantastical breakfast meal filled with coffee and eggs and everything you would hope for of the finest materials. You guys finish.
Fruit Loops!
Sure, Fruit Loops is on the menu. Why not?
Lucky Charms.
No Lucky
Lucky
Charms. Sorry,
Charms.
those aren't available on Eldorus.
plane.
But yeah, so all you guys take an hour to finish devouring this. You finish your meal. All you guys get 2d10 hit point maximum increase to your hit points,
Ooh, greens.
and immune to poison, frightened, and you have all wisdom saving throws have advantage.
Damn. Advantage on wisdom.
Yes.
Usual wisdom.
Almost broke.
Then
Wisdom.
And you're immune to fear, right?
Immune to fear, immune to poison.
Poison, and what else?
And you get advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
After which, Percy and Keyleth pretty much fall asleep at the table as it vanishes, and they both collapse to the ground, eggs out of the corner of the mouth. Eventually, they make themselves back up to sleep, and the rest of you guys compete around for the remainder of the day while they get their full rest. It now comes to, at the end of that 8-hour period of time, I'd say about 3, 4 in the afternoon before they finally wake up. You've restored your spells.
Yay!
And the rest of you are ready to go about
Go,
your
let's go, let's
Wait,
go.
Let's go.
While they're sleeping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take Scanlan outside.
Okay.
Oi.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, friendo.
Yeah.
What's up?
We don't talk a lot.
Well, we start to, and then you leave the room usually.
Yeah. I don't handle confrontation, personal, emotional confrontation very well.
It's okay. I walk away.
Oh,
Then I come back. Then I come back.
it's perfect.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
We'll pull up a chair. Sit down. I want to ask you something.
I'm already as low as I can go.
You're right. How do you do it?
How do I do what?
How do you do it? You're risking your life as much as anyone in this group. You're almost dying every day. You're fucking smiling all the time. How did you do it? I'm kind of asking as Liam to Sam as well, but mostly as Vax to Scanlan. How do you do it? You almost died yesterday as well, or 2 days ago. Fuck.
Well,
why do you do it?
Vax, I don't know. I mean, I like you people, okay? Everything before this was not as good. This is better. That's why. It's very simple. You had a shitty childhood, didn't you?
Yeah.
You and the sister.
Yeah.
I think Grog had some troubles. We've all had our share of shit before we all met. Now we're together. We're a family. This is better. That's how I smile. It's better than it was before. That's it.
We're probably going to die in the next month.
Yes, but it's fun while it lasts.
All right. Thought I might
Glean some wisdom?
Yeah, but I'm just as confused as before.
Listen, I'm older than you.
How much older?
A bit. I've seen more than you have. And it's all shitty. So it just depends on how you look at it. You can dwell on the shit, or you can just leave it behind in people's beds and keep going.
Oh God, that works on too deep.
Oh God, it's too deep.
Too deep.
You did. Water under the bridge.
Bumper sticker's coming.
I walk away.
Little motherfucker shit in my bed.
All right. As you regather your will,
so good.
Path chosen. Keyleth, do you wish to prepare the transportation spell?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. All of you gather, find your way down to the sun tree in the center of the town. At this point, it's later afternoon. You've grown accustomed these past few days of taking action right around dusk. And as the sky turns from a blue to a bit of a orangish hue, you all find yourselves ready to transition back over to the continent of Assyria.
Let's go.
All right.
To the sun tree.
Keela steps forward, touches her hand to the sun tree, completes her mental incantation, and you watch the trunk once again tear open into the somewhat oval walkway into the tree itself on the opposite side. What's your destination?
Oh God. As close as I can get to the fire shari, I guess.
Okay. You recall passing through there. There were a number of trees towards the base of the mountain that were starting to grow petrified from the proximity of the ash that constantly falls from the sky. They died a long time ago and slowly begin to petrify. As the portal opens up on the opposite side, you can see beyond that the dark rock that formulates that mountain range. At the same time, you can see a dull orange glow, and you all begin to step through in rapid succession. Trinket racing up after effects. All of you find yourself stepping out the other side, at which point you look up, and you can see the pathway that you took towards the top of the mountain where the fire shari called Pyra, where they maintain their ever-vigilant watch on the tear into the fire elemental plane. What you do notice immediately is that the path that you took initially is no longer a simple walkway. There is against the now very dark sky, this side of the realm itself, night is, or actually, actually no. Sorry, at this point, you've actually beaten the sun. Yeah, you guys have gained a few hours, technically.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's still light in the sky from other parts in the distance. However, there is a perpetual dark cloud of smoke and actual storm cloud gathering across this mountain range. As you recall the first time you were here, that's kind of the nature of Pirates. It's always kind of under this thick, heavy, soot and ash-filled cloud cover. The pathway that winds up the mountain, though, is instead a glowing orange mass of slowly dribbling molten rock that has filled that entire walkway. And it has come to rest at the base of the mountain where it has gathered and begun to cool. You guys are hundreds of feet off from this point as you've kind of stepped out of the tree. However, where you see the molten rock has reached the base of the mountain, it's cooled and formed into solid rock at its base, and you start seeing flashes of the orange turning dark. In another section, it turns dark from the opposite side. And then a few moments pass, and you could see the orange of the next section up in like 10-foot segments. It's almost like going dark and hardening on its own. You get the sense that your arrival did not trigger this more than it has been happening since before you arrived.
Can I do a nature check to figure out what's up?
Sure. This would be a perception check to see if you can ascertain.
16.
16. It's difficult to make it this distance, but you can see along portions of the jagged mountainside what look to be a collection of small figures that are making their way up the mountain, and their slow ascent is met with the lava flow cooling in sections.
Do they look like people, like humanoids?
It's hard to tell at this distance. They look humanish.
I attempt to use the optics on my gun to get a better look at them.
Sure. You go make a perception check.
18.
18.
Humanoid?
A little bit of a clearer look through. They do appear to be humanoid. You do see 2 arms, 2 legs. You can't gauge size comparison from this distance.
How far?
At this point, they're probably a good 800 feet up the mountain.
800 feet?
Are they dressed like the Ashari that I've met?
From what you can make out, their color palette shifts. There are reds and browns. There are also like some stand out as like an aquamarine white. The Ashari you saw were a pretty consistent color palette. This is a little more varied.
I don't know who these people are.
They could still be Ashari, just in their elemental forms. Are there any birds around? Do I look up? Do I see birds in the sky?
There are no birds in the sky. Unfortunately, because of the nature of this area, especially as the oppressive fumes and dust continue to pour off from the top of the caldera, this mountain range, it has made it not fitting for any sort of aerial life that you're used to seeing. You glance around for about a minute or two and you don't see any sort of bird life in the air.
Did the ground cool where they were walking? Could we follow them up?
We should.
Let's stay far behind. Let's go quietly.
Walk. Stealth? I cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us.
Ooh. Okay, everyone make a stealth check. Including Trinket.
Nice. Oh.
You don't want to put them in the thing?
You could.
Okay.
Try it out.
Okay.
I put it on a string so I can put it around my neck because it's a necklace because it's cooler that way.
Well, it has a chain on it that it came with.
It's got a chain on it, so it's around my neck.
All right, so you
It
take
has
it.
a chain
you,
and a string now.
Yeah. Chain and string.
The string so you don't forget.
Exactly. You trigger the necklace, pointing it in the direction of Trinket, and once again, Trinket is absorbed into the crystal, vanishing within the inside. All right.
17.
17.
Pass Without a Trace is...
Adds 10.
Oh.
I rolled shitty.
30.
35.
32.
29.
25.
Okay. You guys begin making your trek up. Are you kind of... How are you going up the mountain? Are you scaling the cooled flow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the safest route, given the fact that most of the other side of the mountain range itself is pretty jagged, and elements of it, because of the formation of this giant volcanic caldera, there are portions of broken stone and what looks almost like obsidian glass that kind of sticks out the side.
As we're like walking up, I kind of fall behind and I just slip Vax the potion of fire protection. Go on.
All right. You guys continue in pace with this. Eventually, and make another perception check.
Oh, much better. That's a natural 19. 30.
30. Okay. Looking up as this cluster of individuals makes their way towards the very top of the mountain, seemingly not taking sight of your traveling group. You're beginning to see the nature of each section of this flow cooling. And what you're seeing is the group will move up a bit, stop, and there appears to be a burst of, sometimes it looks like just very, very strong wind. Sometimes it looks like a very, very localized sleet storm that is brought against the side of the mountain and is actually forcefully cooling the flow down temporarily, or at least in those sections before it begins to spill over and continue its slow molten descent. But they're doing their best to continue to kind of force it back up the mountain. And
Those are druids.
They're druids. I cast Skyrate in the clouds above us in the smoke.
Okay.
And I write.
So, how are you guys doing up there?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hi. Hey, you guys. I write in druidic symbols, Keyleth Kaitiake.
What's that? Is that her?
Okay.
That's it.
You notice the pace in which this group has ascended comes to a halt at the very, very top of the mountain range where it ends. And there's a slight pause before the clouds shift a second time. And it says, from what you understand, Kaitiake, survivors remain. Keyleth.
And I respond with, help has arrived.
You guys are texting?
Yeah.
Druid texting.
What are you saying?
Stop
What
looking
are
at your phone.
What are you writing? What are they saying?
Why don't we just go over there and talk to them?
I know.
They're survivors.
Well, let's go.
Are they nice?
They're survivors. What does it matter?
There we go.
Let's go.
Double time.
And I tell them, arriving, stand down, or, here we come.
Lol.
Lol. Winky face.
All right.
As we travel, those two out of it to respond, and she's way ahead. I take the potion that Keyleth gave to me because she didn't. I've got the David Bowie armor on now.
You did don it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Before going to bed.
Oh, you did.
I
Okay.
take this potion and I press it into Vex's hand.
Not long at all.
One of that.
Okay.
I took it. All right, I'm just gonna take it.
What was your choice of resistance? I assume it was fire. Okay. All right. As you guys progress up, and it is, though it is a safe route, it is still a, relatively steep incline, and you're all kind of having to work together to find handholds, and it is very arduous physically getting up there. I would like everyone to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
A constitution?
Yes.
Oh, do we get advantage because of the feast?
No, that's only wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
Shit.
Come on, Colville meteorite die.
17.
I'm so weak.
Come on, Jade.
Natural 20.
Look.
Thank you, Matthew Colville.
I'm rolling my giant Jade dice because it's
Go for
green.
Way to announce it.
Oh, that's a 6.
You're fucked.
6.
20.
Oh dear.
13.
So blind.
5.
Okay. As you guys begin to get partially up the mountain, the proximity of the heat from the exterior of the rock is cooled, but it's still molten beneath in their parts, so they're still kind of cracking open, and bits of the heat are still pouring through. Plus the general physical exertion from the not very hardy physiques of both Vex and Scanlan. You both suffer 1 level of exhaustion from the ascent up the side of this mountain.
What about, Trinket's in his thing. He's not worried at all.
I don't actually know what 1 level of exhaustion is.
You guys have disadvantage on ability checks. So like all your skill checks right now until your next long rest are a disadvantage.
Levels of exhaustion.
Advantage.
Not saving. Just
However, as you guys are approaching towards the top, you can see now the humanoids that were at the top of this mountain crest have been since kind of keeping the flow at bay, and each time it begins to crest over again and continue its flow, it's blasted again from the side and cools, and it's building this like very, very slow, gradual.
I kind of
outcropping.
just use my cantrip gust and kind of cool areas alongside as we, ascend the mountain.
You glance up, and you now have a better view of this group. And what you do see ahead of you, specifically Keyleth, appears to be a cluster of about 8 or so fire Ashari dressed individuals. You can't make out their physical details yet, along with 5 other entities that are dressed in the colors and vestments of those from Zephyra.
Oh shit!
From who? From what?
Okay.
What's the matter?
Okay.
What's happening?
I just run up.
Keyleth goes running up.
You said 7 or 8 from
follow her.
from Zephyra.
There are five from Zephyra.
Are we're just gonna follow you?
Yeah, I'm breaking out of stealth and running.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you guys are going.
We're running now.
I'm
All right.
I walk.
It's still like a. You're still
I'm
having to
pretty
climb
tired.
up to get there.
You and me. Let's just walk.
Yeah, well, you can carry me.
Cardio. God burner.
Okay, it takes a while to get up there. As you guys begin to approach, a little bit behind Keyleth, and you look, you see the only two notable fire Ashari that you see there are Nystoen, which is a human female that you saw, was one of the four that first greeted you as you approached Pyro when you got to the mountaintop. She looks a little rough, but she's definitely in one piece. The other one that greets you immediately
Serkonis?
you recognize as Flamespeaker Serkonis,
Ah.
who currently does not have his right arm. It is
Just currently
charred and is through some semblance of flame cauterized, where he no longer has a shoulder and part of his torso. It's just black, massive burnt skin, probably intentionally. But as you approach, he kind of puts his hand up and goes, "Hail, Keyleth."
Hail, Serkonis. And I just run up and give him a hug.
He kind of just pats you on the back, and you know there's a coldness to his look, his expression. You can see in just a brief instant, though there is strength and determination, there is a moment as he looks into your face that you can see the sorrow of losing most of his people.
And I just look back at him and I just say, I'm so sorry.
This is not your fault. We had this coming. We are the able-bodied few you see.
Are these all that have survived?
We are 25 living. The rest reside at the base of the mountain, to be watched, or are the watchers. But our attrition is of our own making. We helped outsiders too long ago.
What? What do you mean? Like, how long ago? 12, 15 years?
We helped seal a drake in this rift.
Thordek.
That is the name they call him. We helped bring and bind the beast to this rift, sealing within it the heart of a primordial flame. One of the few pure essence crystals of our plane. Such a binding will not allow it to leave. It is a punishment for the most terrible of evils that the Ashari take under their order. We carved from the crystal in bind. This beast was too strong and took the entire crystal. But it seemed enough. It seemed enough.
Serkonis, it's not your fault. There are greater forces at work here, beyond us. And it's something that I am desperately trying to reassure myself of every day.
And a voice kind of comes up from over the mountain range. Kind of raspy, older, and with a casual importance to it. It says, "So, are you claiming some semblance of dealing with this?" As it steps over, the face looks down with recognition. My God. Keyleth.
Who are
You guys
you?
look up and see long, silver-haired half-elf in later years, dressed in the blue and white robes of the Arashari. You see before you Corin, your father. You live.
Dad.
He just steps forward and goes, and as you've stepped away from Sir Kronos, just takes you in his arms and holds you extremely tight against him.
I'm sorry I didn't check in sooner. I didn't want you to be disappointed.
She puts his finger up to your lips and pulls you back and just kind of looks you over, and with a smile on his face. You see the hardness of his expression fade. Keyleth, you've grown.
A lot's happened.
Well, just like her.
I haven't found Mom.
Her path was her own. I'm just glad that you have maintained yours. He wipes the tear from your face and says, how goes the Aramente?
Well...
She's kicking ass.
Good. Good. He kind of like places his thumb at the corner of his eye. We were called not by a day ago by the surviving Pyra. Told of the angry mountain and the terrible drake that sundered the rift. I helmed the team while the majority of our people stayed to keep Zephyra cloaked and safe from the marauding beast. We've only just made our way up the mountain. Your arrival is quite fortuitous, as we need all the help we can get.
How can we be of assistance?
Come. Let's see what remains of Pyra. He turns around and walks back over towards the top of the mountain.
Daddy.
He stops, looks over his shoulder towards you. Yes.
It's good to see you again, Father.
It's good to see you as well, daughter. Now come, show me what you've learned. He goes back to walking. The rest of the Fire Ashari stand up, kind of acknowledge and recognize those of you that stand here before, visiting once before. Sir Kronos looks about. You show strength and honor by coming here, in our time of need. This will not be forgotten. Now come. As you follow them up over the top of the mountain, you see once again before you the caldera of this once volcanic mountain has been blown apart in areas. You can see sections of large black stone that are now pushed up into jagged obelisks where once was a relatively smooth, blackened shale countryside. You can see there are pits of molten rock that have just been punched through the floor and have just gathered into these pools where the air above is slowly shifting and warped by the heat that is now released above the mountaintop. The flow of lava that descends down the side of this mountain continues and swells and heads inward towards the Cinder Grove. The Cinder Grove, from what you can see from this distance, is but a fraction of what was once there. Most of the trees now torn apart and scattered amongst the top of this mountain. You can see bits and pieces of the various petrified trees just thrown hundreds of feet from the center. There are still standing defiant trees amongst what once was the Cinder Grove, but they are very sparse. Many of them now blackened by what you can see in the very distance beyond the broken huts and homes that once held the Pyra. You see the distant, moving, glowing dots of various elemental energies spiraling outward from a very large central red rift that sits there pulsing and pulsing with bright, almost sunlight energy. It's like staring into the sun at the very, very zenith of its movement. You have to avert your eyes even staring towards this rift, now a good 30, 40 feet taller than it was when you last returned here. What was once the portal in the ground has now ruptured and is emerging, slowly piercing out of the top of this mountain. Undaunted, your father, the other Ashari, continue walking forward with no words.
Kind of rush forward a little bit to talk to him. Question, Your Majesty?
I want to help. We all want to help as much as possible. But I don't know any magic. Most of us don't. Are we going to be able to do anything?
Well, I certainly hope so. If you've survived this long with my daughter, you've picked up a few tricks.
Well, that I have.
Father, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these people. They're the most capable that I know.
This is good, because that's what we need right now.
Do you, however, since we're druids, we're a little bit more, geared, prepared to deal with the fire. I can cast protection from energy on a couple of these people, if you wouldn't mind. Maybe grabbing the other two.
You do what I can.
Can I cast protection from fire on Percy? You have it, you have it. Do you have it?
Well, I really don't even know what I'm gonna do here.
Well, it's gonna protect you from fire. So,
Okay.
Scanlan.
Hit me, babe.
I'll do Percy and Scanlan. Father, can you?
Well, it's a concentration spell, so you can only really have one person going, and that's your concentration.
You can only have one person going.
Yep.
Well, good.
I'll be okay.
I thought I could cast it at higher levels.
I'll take a
Can I cast it
mulligan
at higher
on this
levels?
one.
I
Not
can't
this
do that
one.
with this one.
Nope.
Fuck.
Deal with it later. Don't
Do
worry about it.
Scanlan. Do Scanlan.
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
We'll be fine.
Just make us all clouds.
Well,
we'll
fuck
be
it. I'm gonna cast it on myself for starters, because I want it.
All right.
So I'm gonna cast protection from fire on myself.
Oh, heck.
What does that potion of fire resistance do?
Halves.
The same thing?
Halves.
He's all
fire
fire
damage.
damage? Okay.
That's resistance.
All right. As the cluster of you begin stepping deeper into the caldera, you begin to approach the outskirts, the remnants of the pirate tribe's homestead. You can see where most of it has been either completely burnt to a cinder or just lies tattered by some great force, just shattered. And you start, as you're walking through, you can see where the landscape itself, all the jagged bits of black obsidian glass are shooting up out of the ground, and there's broken pieces of the dark rock and volcanic material. And it isn't until your eyes begin to focus that you realize that elements of this rock is not rock at all, but the twisted and charred remains of the pyre that didn't escape in time, blending in with the ground landscape surrounding. The rest of the Ashari just continue pushing forward, not taking notice, focused. As before you, you can see the rift still blinking ever bright in the center of the remains of the Cinder Grove. You steel yourselves.
Turn and I look at them and just nod and follow in my people's footsteps.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, shit!
Oh, okay. We're cooking with
As Marisha
gas now.
collapses in a pool of tears.
Cry more! Cry more!
You knew this was coming.
A lot of crying.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have a headache
So
tomorrow.
tired.
It says
Tired.
You've got we've got exhaustion, Sam. That's all.
Yeah, that's not great. Thanks for tuning in to Therapy Thursday, everyone.
Where we take shits and talk to swords.
There you go.
Got a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. We got some drama. We got some personal issues. We got some reunions. We got some hardships. We got
wild animals.
All animals.
Man, so many things.
And a travel method for Trinket.
Oh my god, I'm so excited about it.
I wasn't sure you guys were going to use that one. As you mentioned, I was like, oh, that's
I like it. I like it.
That's the way to do it.
Right?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
smart.
Yeah. Well, cool, guys. We'll be back next week, Thursday.
Oh my god.
We'll with Chris Harper joining us as a guest.
Yay!
How is he gonna be here?
As himself. He's going to be playing himself.
Oh.
It's very exciting.
Guys, I'm a human. Usually,
I'm in a volcano.
I'm super busy. I'm super busy.
Out of the rift suddenly comes Chris Harper.
Super busy.
I
I'm
want to
super
save
successful.
the world, but I got like 50 things on my schedule.
really hot right here.
Yeah, so back then, we're looking, I think it's April 21st is going to be our 50th episode.
Yay!
We're going to be doing a fun little evening there. We'll have Christmas coming up. Either probably end up being that night, maybe another night that week. We'll have details coming up soon. We're trying to figure out the schedule on that. This will be our big 50th anniversary Christmas blowout. And then we're going to scale it back to like an annual type event, it looks like. Both to save the people who work this channel Thursday nights and stay super late to get here, to save the length of the episodes, and to help all of us who have to then go to work sometimes very early the next morning.
We love you, but I need to sleep.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. We love you and we love Christmas, but it's just a health. It's just a health thing, man.
Yeah. So what we'll be doing is, this will be our big blowout Christmas. We'll still do it probably for the holidays, and we really implore you guys to give to charities, send us stuff. We still read them. We'll still do Periscope. Those of us who get gifts, some of us will open them at home on Periscope for you. So we'll still have the interaction. We'll just have to do it on our own time and not at 11,
12,
midnight.
12:37.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a 7 a.m. call.
So this will be our big pajama blowout. So if you're planning something for the next Christmas, this will be the one to get it in for. But yeah, you can go out, check out the Guide to Christmas on Geek and Sundry. It has a list of all our supported charities. If you wanted to give there, it's highly recommended. Thank you guys so much for those who donated to 826 tonight, so we can go ahead and help out the Seattle
826
branch.
Seattle, we love you.
And yeah, if you have anything else, I think we'll,
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St.
Patty's
Patty's
Day,
Day.
guys.
You guys hopefully are sitting at home being very
For
good.
fuck's sake, take an Uber.
All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful night, and it's a Thursday.